This is Primetime Sports, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna, 1019, 100.5, AM 1450, WGNSsports.com, Big G TV, streaming video, and always at the game. The game. It's time for the Primetime Sports Countdown to the Game, sponsored by the law offices of John Day, working hard to help injured people in Rutherford County and Middle Tennessee. Since moving to Medical Center Parkway, they've helped thousands get legal help that they've needed when they've needed it the most. If you've been injured, go to johndaylegal.com for a free consultation. And remember, there are no fees unless they win your case. Now, let's join the Primetime Sports team for tonight's featured game from WGNS and Big G TV.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Oakland High School. It's the site of tonight's semifinal showdown and a place where we've had a lot of semifinals over the last number of years. But tonight's opponent for Oakland, coming just across town, it's the Blackman Blaze, playing in their second ever semifinal, trying to get to the Blue Cross Bowl for the first time. Oakland trying to get there. They've been there year in and year out here of late. Since 2018, as a matter of fact. So this matchup between 13-0 Oakland and 12-1 Blackman. The only loss for the Blackman Blaze was to Oakland, and it was a 32-0 win for Oakland back on September 26th, a world ago. I mean, so long ago that both of these teams shouldn't be thinking about that one, and I'm sure that they're not. Oakland leads the overall series between Blackman 24-6, and Oakland has won 15 in a row since 2014. In fact, it was 2014 when the Blackman Blaze won their last game, which was a 28-21 win, but then Oakland won in the playoffs and have been in the semifinals ever since. The year before, 2013, was the year that Oakland won the regular season matchup, and then Blackman won in the quarterfinals to get to the semifinals. That was the year Jawan Jennings was the quarterback, current San Francisco 49er. Well, a lot to get to tonight as we jump into the countdown to the game, sponsored by the law offices of John Day. We're going to have a special county roundup tonight. We're going to hear from both Oakland coach Kevin Creasy and Blackman coach Matt Kreisky as we roll along. So stay with us when we come back. The Rick's Barbecue County Roundup on the way. This is State Farm Prep Sports coverage of the semifinals between Oakland and Blackman on State Farm Prep Sports.
Since 1966, Fans Heating and Air has been a symbol of quality for Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. For friendly, complete service on Amana, Bryant, or American Standard Heating and Air products, Fans Heating and Air will do it all. Fans specializes in new homes, custom homes, or existing buildings. Give Fans Heating and Air a call today, 615-893-7930. Good luck to all of our schools and student athletes from Fans Heating and Air.
Friday night high school football starts and ends with Friday Night Thunder, the region's most complete high school football show. Real-time score updates, exclusive coach interviews, and full region breakdowns from across southern Middle Tennessee and the state. I'm Court Steer. Join me right here on WGNS every Friday night for Friday Night Thunder. Pre-game show starts at 6, post-game until 11. More than complete coverage of every team, every Friday.
Is your car running like a dream, or does it need a little TLC? At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, we treat your vehicle like it's one of our own. Let's hear what some customers have to say about Dr. Automotive.
Been coming to them ever since he opened up. Good family. I recommend other people to get them repaired here because I knew they would do it and do it right. Been happy to send people to him because I trust what he does so much.
We're crazy about him. It's all about the doctor.
For quality care you can trust, visit Dr. Automotive in Smyrna. We've got the cure for your car.
Hi, this is Amanda from Animal City, inviting you to come do business with our family. While you're Christmas shopping, Santa is on his way to Animal City. Stop in for pet photos on the 13th and 14th of December. Check our Facebook page for more details and times. Stop in to Animal City with your pets to take some great photos with Santa. That's Saturday the 13th and Sunday the 14th of December. Check our Facebook page for more details and times. Animal City, 919 Northwest Broad Street in Murfreesboro.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, former running back at Oakland High School, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Back with you here on this Football Friday night from Oakland High School and Ray Hughes Stadium. It's Oakland and Blackman coming up here in just a few. This is the countdown to the game, sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Time now for the Rick's Barbecue County Roundup, and when we get to this point in the season, there's not much of the county to round up. They're both here in this game tonight. So that's what we're going to spend a little time talking with the coaches here this evening. Rick's Barbecue, they have quality, fresh, never frozen meats, slow smoked the traditional way over real hickory wood in custom-built pits for unbelievable flavor. From tender pork and juicy chicken to mouth-watering beef, every bite is crafted with care. Don't miss their other crowd pleasers like slaw dogs, loaded baked potatoes. They've got it all. From the pit to the plate, Rick's Barbecue is ready to satisfy your whole crew. They're out on Warrior Drive just off of South Church Street. Well, last Saturday morning we had a chance to catch up with Coach Kevin Creasy of the Oakland Patriots, so we'll hear from him first. And then in our second County Roundup segment, we'll talk to Oakland's Matt Kreisky. But first, John Dinkins had the pleasure of interviewing Coach Creasy last Saturday morning. Here's part of that conversation about the matchup tonight with Blackman.
I think it makes for a lot of excitement in this county that it's a semifinal game, and it's right here in our county.
That is cool. I think that's really cool. I wouldn't even mind meeting two Rutherford County teams, in Chattanooga.
Yeah. There have been years where the 1 and 2 teams in Rutherford County probably were 1 and 2 in the state.
I thought that was one of the years, and unfortunately,
you could argue Riverdale last year was. They were really good.
Yeah, well, in 07, I thought it was one of those cases where they could have happened like that, and back then, just like last year, you had to go back through your region, and so you're eliminating really good teams.
Right.
I think it's pretty cool now that we're in the Final Four, and there's 2 Rutherford County teams. I don't know. We may be the 4th best. We'll find out. But there's some really good teams in West Tennessee, too, or going west. Ravenwood, Southwind, unbelievable. So whoever wins this matchup, we'll have our hands full the next week. But ultimately, it's good that there's going to be a representative from Rutherford County in the state championship.
Looking at the matchup between you and Blackman, you're fairly similar. You've got 2 quarterbacks that can run the football. You both like to play control football, like to control the clock. They're bigger probably on the line, but you're very fast on the line. I think that's going to be a great, interesting matchup to look at. What are the things you're concentrating on with Blackman? What are the things that you guys want to take away from them? And maybe I don't want to talk about game plan too much, but I know the more they run the ball, the more difficult they're going to be.
You look at how they've evolved since our game. I think they've gotten better on offense. You got to figure out what they've done to get better on offense. They have 3 good running backs. We have 3 good running backs. They have a dual threat quarterback. We have a dual threat. They got some weapons at wide receiver. We got weapons at wide receiver. Their defense is really good. Our defense is really good. I think a lot of credit's got to be given to Matt Kreisky, to look at where they came from. Just 3 years ago, the program was not at the standard they wanted it to be. And, he went through some tough times, and his staff has stuck together. They believe in their philosophy. Just a year ago, they were beat by Coffee County, and that would have been easy to throw rocks at the head coach or the coordinators or whatever. And ultimately, they stuck together, and, they believed, and, they didn't have a bunch of kids leave the school. They didn't have a bunch of coaches leave the school. They stuck together, and they're paying they're reaping the benefits of that, and that's credit to Coach Kreisky and his staff and the people in that school that believe in him. And man, they got great support, and for them to have the season they're having, it just tells you, what can be accomplished when everybody believes in that locker room, and so. I'm sure they're excited for the rematch, and it's going to be a huge crowd. The crowd last time we played at Kickoff, they said there were cars lined up bumper to bumper getting off I-24, and that's at the Kickoff.
Yeah.
So get there early, get your seat early, and should be a great matchup.
Your construction is all finished now.
That's right.
Things look a little different. So when they get there, they're going to have to kind of maneuver their way. But basically the parking is the same. It hasn't really been affected by anything, has it?
No, I think there's more parking now, but if you get there after 6 o'clock, you better just park at the middle school and walk.
That's probably wisest, yeah.
Yeah, yep. Ultimately, that's exactly what you strive for, is to play on Thanksgiving, and now both schools are getting that privilege. It is a privilege to play, this week, and I think both fan bases need to come out and give the guys what they deserve. They deserve a great environment.
I'm going to quiz you here. How many semifinals have you been with Trousdale County, everything combined? Do you know that number?
I do not.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have our researcher Brian Barrett look that up, because that's got to be how many states?
It's 11 for 11 here at Oakland, so that's a good accomplishment, and like I said, that's
a lot of people forget about your success at Trousdale County. I'm from there, so I don't forget that.
Yeah, we had some great runs, and that's where we got the slogan, if you're practicing on Thanksgiving, you had a great season. So
yeah,
that was ultimately our goal, and we made it there a lot back then as well.
Your wife would not know how to act if you don't play on, if don't have a game after Thanksgiving, I guess.
Right. If I'm not eating Thanksgiving dinner out of a styrofoam plate because I'm at the field house, it's been a very depressing season. I can't remember the last time I went to a Thanksgiving dinner. Everybody knows not to expect me. They're probably happier that way anyway, because if I'm not playing, I'm probably a little grumpy sitting there watching the Cowboys lose anyway.
When we come back, conversation with Matt Kreisky, the head coach of the Blackman Blaze. That's as we continue the countdown to the game, sponsored by the law offices of John Day here on State Farm Prep Sports.
Message provided by the Rutherford Opioid Board.
What's the location of your emergency?
Turn to Turner Security.
Hey, it's Brian, and we've relied on Turner Security for systems here at WGNS and Big GTV for many years. Their advanced security solutions with real-time monitoring and automation keep us safe. Plus, their expert IT service ensures our tech runs smoothly, from networks, computers to troubleshooting. Their team tailors solutions to our needs, and I highly recommend them for home or business solutions for you.
Turn to Turner Security.
Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Back at Oakland, and the crowd continuing to file in here. We're just a few minutes away from kickoff between Oakland and Blackman, with a trip to the state championship game on the line. Back with the countdown to the game, sponsored by the law offices of John Day. We continue the Rick's Barbecue County Roundup. Last segment, we had Oakland coach Kevin Creasy talking about the Patriots and playing in this game tonight. Well, let's get the comments from Matt Kreisky, the head coach of the Blackman Blaze. They got here with a road win at Kingsport Dobbins Bennett, a huge home win, just shellacking Maryville last week. So let's get comments on this game tonight, a rematch here in Rutherford County for a spot in the championship game. Here's Matt Kreisky with John Dinkins.
With the rescheduling, the realignment of the playoffs this year, boy, having two Rutherford County teams in the semifinals is such a pleasure, such a treat. And I'm going to be biased here, but I think that's the way it should have been for a good while. I mean, and two Rutherford County teams, so somebody's guaranteed a state bid. I guess it puts more added pressure, I guess, on both teams. I know, I mean, but somebody's going to represent Rutherford County. I think that's a good thing that we're in this position.
Yeah, and if TWSAA, if they want to make money, they should have done this years ago. Because it's huge. You know, they're about making money in these playoff games, and you put two Rutherford County teams in semifinals. I mean, I'm sure. Hopefully that Oakland will have a great turnout. Hopefully that our Blackman fans will show up, and the entire community. I mean, you got two Rutherford County teams playing in the semifinal game on Thanksgiving week. We expect a huge turnout over there on Patriot Drive, and I think it's 4 or 5 guys that played there on my staff, and so it's going to be huge for them. It's going to be huge. I coached there 8-9 years, so I was over there. It's huge. I was part of the 2008 state championship over there, so it's huge. Just this county football, the brand of football here is really good. I told a reporter last night from Maryville, our 5th or 6th team probably could have made the playoffs, probably could have won the playoff game. That's our style of football here. Week in and week out. I told y'all from week 3, it's here on out, it's playoffs.
Well, we talked about getting there. That hasn't been an easy schedule for you to get here in terms of the playoffs. I mean, long travel, then Maryville, and now Oakland. But one thing about it, you guys just seem to always, it doesn't seem to affect you guys very much in terms of your kids.
No, they just, we're at the point where they're embracing practice, they're enjoying around being each other, they're enjoying the process, they're enjoying the film study, and enjoying to get better each week, and to becoming, our whole motto each week is to become 1-0. And so once they finally, we finally matured as a team, and gotten better and understanding the preparation and what you need to do to prepare for a Friday night football game.
Oakland's got a good quarterback duo. They've got Travion Jackson, Craig Tutt, Cullen Williams, all those names you throw out there. They're very good depth-wise, got a lot of speed.
Yeah, they do. We're going to slow them down. We're going to play a better offensively. We're going to do a lot better job than we did in the first game, and we'll have to come out ready to play 48 minutes of football, because I know Coach Greasy's going to have those guys prepared and ready to play, and so it's going to be tough, but
and that's another team. No lead is safe. I mean, really, they're similar to Maryville. I mean, you could be up 21-7. And you still got to worry about them.
Yeah. Watching the film last night, Green Hills was up 17-7, and they came back and won 21-17. So it's you're gonna have to play 48 minutes, the full 48 minutes of football. So it's gonna be a tough challenge. But I know our guys are gonna accept it. It's gonna be exciting. I'm excited for this county. I'm excited for the Blackman community. Second time in school history to make semifinals. This is about the community. One thing I saw, Big Nate, our youth football director, he, in 3 years I've been here, I've never seen any emotion from him. But for him to get happy when that clock went 0, I turned around and just saw him happy, man. That meant the world to me, because I know how much time he invests in this community, in the youth league. And to see that smile on his face and him celebrating meant a lot.
I would imagine there were some tears last night.
There was. Clarissa Smith, she was excited.
Yeah.
And so just Kelly Bean, just people that's been around this program for a long time. Rich Allen, Dr. Allen, man, he texts me every week, and and then give me his input, but for people like that, and it means the world. That's what it's about, man. These guys have been invested in this community, in the school, and in this program for years. It means the world to me.
Matt Kreisky with John Dinkins from the Coaches Show. A little non-traditional Rick's Barbecue County Roundup, but always good to hear from the coaches and get their thoughts on this big semifinal game with Rutherford County Titans clashing here tonight with a spot in the state championship game on the line. So Oakland here hosting the Blackman Blaze tonight from Ray Hughes Stadium. This place packing in. I'm telling you, it's going to be a heck of a night. One we'll all remember. When we come back, more of the countdown to the game here on WGNS, sponsored by the law offices of John Day. We're going to check your chilly football forecast and get thoughts tonight from Bill Hockenberry and Rod Edwards as we continue State Farm Prep Sports on WGNS and Big G TV.
Pizza.
You can now.
It's the most magical day of the year, and you can watch it all live. Big G TV is where Christmas comes to life with coverage of the Murfreesboro Parade, Sunday, December 14th at 2 p.m. Brought to you by Kenneth Barrett for Sheriff, Middle Tennessee Electric, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Woodfin Funeral Chapels. See every float, every smile, and the moment Santa arrives on Big G TV. Streaming at wgnsradio.com/parade.
Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Yeah. Welcome back here as State Farm Prep Sports coverage continues. It's Oakland and Blackman tonight. Both teams getting ready to come out onto the field here in just a couple of moments. Doing things in a little bit of a different order. Welcoming in Rod Edwards and Bill Hockenberry. And let's go ahead and start talking about some of the keys to the game.
Time now for the keys to the game. Brought to you by Rayburn Insurance Agent Rick Hall. Auto, home, business, and life insurance with a trusted agent, Rick Hall, at Rayburn Insurance.
Rod, it's been a while since the 32-0 Oakland win. And when you look at that score, you think, well, Oakland won by, running clock. Well, that wasn't the case. It was 7-0 at halftime, and I think 14-0 in the third quarter.
Right. I think it's been a while, but it seemed like it was kind of later into the third quarter before actually Oakland began to separate.
Yeah. So for those who think that this is going to be like a run, I mean, you're not going to get runaways at this time of the year, I don't think.
Well, I tell you what, too. Blackman has come on so quickly. They didn't play well in the Gallatin game.
Correct.
First round of the playoffs.
Their play-by-play guy said that they wouldn't he was going to bet his house that they wouldn't win the next week.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Glad he did.
Is he homeless now?
I would think so if he actually did it.
Oh, my goodness. Well, it shows you what can happen because they turn around and beat a number one the next week. They allow one touchdown. Last week they beat Maryville, highly touted, rated third in the state in the 6A. And, it's the best domination I've seen by a team over Maryville in all these years we've seen them in the playoffs. Maybe one Blackman team, I think, won real big. But, they totally dominated. So that team has dramatically changed in 2 weeks.
And on the other side of that coin, Bill, last week, Oakland had to pull every trick they could, scored a couple of touchdowns late in the fourth quarter to beat a good Green Hill team. I remember when they did that at Mount Juliet a few years ago. They had a close quarterfinal game with Riverdale last year, and that kind of lit a spark under a really good team. That could happen tonight.
And sometimes, a team like Oakland expects to be, this round. And last week when, you're behind and then you make a plays at the end of the game and you pull out a big win like that, it just turns on a switch that's, it's going to take them all the way to hopefully to Chattanooga. That's what the Oakland team is hoping for this week. And, it can really – a win like that can really bring your team together and really use that to catapult you along the way.
Well, if you look at Oakland by the numbers, they have been in 17 quarterfinals or 17 semifinals or finished champion or runner-up. That's in the last 36 years, which is 47% of their football seasons since 1984. They've been in at least the semifinals. Rod, that's a number you can't sneeze at. That's dynasty, isn't it?
And if you want to follow one team for the year and you want to go to the semifinals, that's who you're going to bet on in the state of Tennessee. And, that's outstanding.
And one team, the team that Blackman beat last week, Maryville, for the last 16 years, with the exception of 2, counting this year and 2023, we've had to deal with Maryville in the semifinals or the championship game. So
yeah,
it's going to make for a fun semifinal here tonight between two Rutherford County teams. It's the first time in history both Oakland and Blackman have played this deep in the playoffs. When we come back, we'll have your forecast and more to come. Stay with us.
This is a paid legal ad.
At the law offices of John Day, we take only real cases that make a real difference.
Dear John, I want you to know that I appreciate everything you have done so much. I know you went over and beyond, and that's why I just think the world of you. Thank you. Robert K.
My pleasure, Robert. If you're ever injured, know that we are here for you too. Call the law offices of John Day for a free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless we win your case. Seriously injured? Call me, John Day.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck, duck, goose. You'd do anything to protect your kids. I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and it's important to protect them with life insurance. I can make it easy and affordable for you to protect your family.
What's your next dream? Paying off your credit card? Remodeling your kitchen? Whatever your dreams, they take planning. I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack. Let's work together to come up with a plan to make those savings goals happen. Call me at 615-900-0877.
This is Wade Hayes from Toots Restaurants. One of the things that put us on the map here in Rutherford County was our daily specials. Now you can go to our website, toots.com, and click on the Daily Specials tab to see what those are.
Hey, this is Jack Hayes. Come over to Toots Restaurants and play our cool arcade games. And while you're at it, come check out our menus.
Thank you, Rutherford County.
Thank you for dining with us since 1985.
Thank you for dining with us for 40 years.
It's State Farm Prep Sports from the Good Neighbor Network.
In a Rutherford County classic, the Blackman Lady Blaze go back-to-back.
Primetime Sports is proud to bring you tonight's featured game on WGNS Radio, wgnssports.com, and our Big G TV video channels.
Swing and a miss! The Single Stars are the state champions in baseball.
Eagleville has done it. State champions 4 years in a row.
Riverdale wins this one, and they're the state champions, back-to-back championships.
The Oakland Patriots, 8-time state champions. The gold ball headed back to Patriot Drive.
Multi-year Tennessee Association of Broadcasters award winners Brian Barrett and John Dinkins, along with the Primetime Sports team, are standing by to bring you the game, which starts right now.
And welcome to a packed Ray Hughes Stadium at Oakland High School. Brian Barrett joined by Bill Hockenberry and Rod Edwards as we're getting prepared to bring you the matchup between the Blaze and the Patriots. Let's get your football forecast. It is definitely very chilly. Currently 33 degrees, and the temperature's going to kind of be falling as we go through the game tonight.
Partly cloudy skies, dry conditions, but expecting some chilly temperatures for your Friday night football. Kickoff temperatures in the lower part of the 30s, and we'll have winds out of the northwest at less than 10 miles per hour. Temperatures dropping into the upper 20s later in the game. That's your forecast, brought to you by Fans Heating and Air, your heating and air experts since 1966, delivering the finest HVAC products and services at affordable prices. From the Rutherford Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Time now for your players to watch. Brought to you by Fans Heating and Air, Winners Trophies, and JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates.
Well, as the coin toss takes place downstairs, give you the Oakland Patriots first. They're 13-0. They'll have the quarterback tandem of Cam Morton and Dante Cameron. Both of these kids have had successful seasons so far this year. Both have thrown for 7 touchdowns apiece. Cameron with his footwork, the second leading rusher on the team. Craig Tutt in the backfield, Mr. Football finalist. He was one of 2 semifinalists from Oakland with Joel Wyatt, and he is now a finalist being named this week. You'll see Kamani Bass and Dante Short. Will Millsap get some touches tonight as well? One that you won't is Justice Haggard. Haggard season-ending injury a couple of weeks ago. For the wide receivers, Wyatt, Bass, Brown, you'll see Tutt out there some, Valon Henderson, Millsap, and Malone. Giovanni Malone, Wyatt, and Tutt, your special teams players, and Hernandez, 58 of 59 PATs this season. and 3 of 5 on field goals. Hasn't made one since the Blackman game. His last attempt was the Riverdale game. Has not kicked very many field goals. Coin toss, how did that go, Bill?
Yeah, I believe Oakland won the toss and deferred, so I believe Blackman will be getting the football here to start this football game.
All right. I thought that's what it was, but wanted to confirm. Oakland coming out onto the field offensively. Or defensively, Williams, Jackson, Wyatt, Moore, Wade, Tutt, Sanders among the names you'll hear for Oakland defensively. Now for the Blackman Blaze, Javion Elliott, the senior, 15 touchdowns thrown, 1,500 yards this season. You'll see Jabari Kemp from the backfield. He's the leading rusher with almost 600 yards on 117 carries. Braylon O'Dour, Kari Dixon, Bryson Mitchell, Max Wilcox. Wide receivers, Stevenson along with Dixon and others on special teams. Burrow Rabosin, by the way, 7 of 7 on field goals and 40 of 40 on PATs this year. So we've got a couple of fine kickers in this game. Defensively, Stewart, Thornton, Davis, Johnson, Bowles, Gowan, Levy, among others that you'll hear being called on the defensive side of the ball. And we're about ready to get this one underway here tonight. The winner is in the Blue Cross Bowl. It is that easy. And telling you, we've had some really fine football semifinal games. This one is going to be one of them just because it's 2 Rutherford County teams. Really can't lose here. I'm sure the fans are feeling like, win or loss and that kind of thing.
That's true, Brian. There is no loser for us tonight for WGNS. We're going to make sure we move on. So
for the county, it's a wonderful thing. We've thought many years, I thought especially last year, and several years, that maybe the 2 best teams were from Rutherford County. One of them will go to the championship game. We're about ready to go here, as lining it off is Jose Hernandez, averaging 52.5 yards on kickoffs. A little short pooch is going to be fielded at the 31 to the 35 to the 40 and somewhere out of bounds there here on the near sideline. And we're underway with your J. Mullins Jewelry kickoff time in this semifinal of 7:02. J. Mullins Jewelry, family owned since 1938 and treating clients like family. J. Mullins Jewelry and Gifts on Memorial Boulevard now. They specialize in personal service, custom design. They've got expert jewelry repair, stunning selection as well. J. Mullins Jewelry, new location, 1640 Memorial Boulevard in Murfreesboro. Going to start it right at the 40-yard line for the Blackman Blaze. They're moving right to left in the white jerseys and pants. Orange numbers with some navy, and the orange hats, of course, as well. Pass from Elliott. The flat on the right side is incomplete, intended for the senior Jaden Lark. Oakland in the home red uniforms, jerseys, and also pants tonight. White numbers. Great numbers for old guys to see tonight for both teams.
Very clear, both sides.
I love it.
Boy, what a night! What a great night for football, Brian. I know it's a little cool out there, but really couldn't ask for better tonight. No rain, no weather in the forecast. Just got to brave the cold.
And it's standing room only. I can tell you that. There's not a seat left in the house. Going to be a run play here by Kemp coming here to the near side to about the 43 before being pushed out of bounds. Going to be shy of the 45 by about 2, well, maybe 44-yard line is where he's out of bounds. And third down for the Blaze, 6 yards to go. They're sending Dixon wide out. No, he's going off the field. And they're running in Max Wilcox. This set, Wilcox is going to join O'Dour on the far side. Ball from the near hash. And Kemp on the right hip of Javion Elliott. Back to pass, rolls out right side. Being pursued and being creamed. That was Oakland's 16, I think. Maybe not 16. Is it 16? Which is Marquise Earl. And a loss all the way back to the 32-yard line.
A great stop right there for the Oakland defense, Brian. Last week, Blackman took advantage of the opening drive and got down there and played from ahead. And tonight's a 3-and-out for Oakland's defense. And we got a penalty, I believe, on something here.
Earl coming into this game, 15 tackles, 2 pass breakups. Maybe getting the start tonight due to the injury to Haggard. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty assessed against the Blaze, so that'll back them up to the 25 and force a Braxton Bentley punt for the junior. Snap a bit low to him. He does get it off. It's going to take a bounce at around the 45 and going to roll down to the 36-yard line, and that's where the Oakland Patriots will have it on their first series here. So Blackman unsuccessful on their first offensive series. Things kind of went backwards on them there, Bill.
Yeah, it really did. Really good series right there for Oakland's defense, getting them 3-and-outs, and see if Blackman can step up and do the same thing right here. Oakland's got a good field position on the 36, and last week played from behind. Let's see if they can get ahead in this game tonight.
Cam pitches. And coming in on the end around to about the 45, 46-yard line. And that was Dante Cameron, the ball carrier.
A little interesting formation there, and picked up about 5 yards on that play.
Lark pushed him out. Second down, 5 yards to go. So they had Cameron lined up as one of the receivers. Going to have 2 in the backfield, and this time Morton up under, no, it's Dante Cameron under center. And it's 13 Bass running for the first down, picking up 7 yards. Bass on the season, 54 carries, 540 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 725 all-purpose yards for Kamani Bass.
That's real good sign right there, Brian, for the Oakland offensive line. Had a big hole right there for Bass. Pick up 7 yards in that first down.
Davis with the tackle, 38 on the season, including 2 for loss and an interception for Davis. Going to be a run up the middle, which goes nowhere. And it's Millsap who's going to be back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Millsap has gotten some carries. 26 coming into this game. Along with Short, they're trying to fill the hole of Justice Haggard, who had 47 carries. Did not play last week or this week with a season-ending injury. Dowell on the tackle for Blackman. Millsap lost the ball, but it bounced right back up to him, and he gets to the 50 for about a 2-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down and long for the Patriots.
Boy, first break of the night right there to the Patriots. Millsap fumbled it right back to him and is able to get a little positive yardage there. Sets up a big 3rd and 8 here for Oakland.
True bounce. Johnson and Thornton met him there. 3rd down now for Oakland. You can hear the Blackman crowd across the way calling on their defense. A packed Blackman crowd, a packed Oakland crowd. People standing along the fence, about 8 deep. Back to pass is Oakland's Morton, and finds his man across the middle, 35, and that's where Malone is going to be taken down. 17-yard pass and catch to Giovanni Malone. 12 catches, 244 yards, and a touchdown coming into this game, and that one was a huge one.
A really good dart right there from Morton to Malone for 17 yards and another first down for the Patriots.
Kind of got him out of a hole there. Thornton maybe kept it from being more there for the Blackman Blaze. First down Patriots, and now a whistle and a timeout on the field. We'll step aside. Oakland driving, no score, 8:42 to play. First quarter, State Farm Prep Sports.
At Wilson Bike and Trust, we believe you shouldn't.
When the weather turns bad, minutes, even seconds matter.
This is an early heads up for southern Rutherford County.
Rutherford Weather brings you live radar and expert meteorologist insight, giving you the early heads up when storms threaten.
A lot of areas are going to see
some impacts from this storm.
From analysis to live camera views, we keep you informed before, during, and after the storm.
I think the vast majority of the hail with this now is going to be quarter to perhaps golf ball size.
Rutherford Weather. Stay ahead of the storm.
Alex Williams, and this is State Farm Prep Football.
Back to Tutt, his first touch, and he is gone, friends. Craig Tutt, first play for him in the game, takes it 35 yards. And Oakland gets the first score in this battle of Rutherford County Titans in the semifinals.
Tell me if you heard this before, Brian. Out of a timeout, Coach Creasy has a great call. 35 yards of Craig Tutt for an Oakland touchdown.
That is Craig Tutt's 13th touchdown of the year. You can see why he is a Mr. Football finalist for Class 6A. Oakland strikes first here, and here's Hernandez for point. Snap a bit high, they get it down, the hold is good, and the kick is good, and after the Toots touchdown, the Oakland Patriots lead 7-0 over the Blackman Blaze here on State Farm Prep Sports.
At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, we're committed to providing local car owners with top-notch auto repair services. Let's hear what some customers have to say about it.
In Rutherford County, we need a sheriff who leads from the front, not from behind the desk. That's Kenneth Barrett, out on calls, side by side with deputies, tackling the tough stuff every shift. He's the working man's leader, supervising with sharp eyes, serving with steady hands, keeping our families safe. Born here, raised here, he's ready to protect here.
I'm Kenneth Barrett, running for Rutherford County Sheriff, and I'd appreciate your vote.
Paid for by Kenneth Barrett for Sheriff, Treasurer Jam Stewart.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Football.
We're back, and here is the Oakland kickoff. Fairly short kick. Fair catch is called for by Daniel Smith of the Blackman Blaze, and Oakland going to work from ahead here, it looks like, after scoring. First play of the game, Tutt gets the pitch and takes it 35 yards. Now, if you're Blackman here, Bill, you got to be very careful and first things first, get a first down here.
Yeah, you got to get a first down, and it's just a big mental thing, coming out of last time you played these guys, you didn't score. You need to get on the board, have something positive going in this drive right here. Even if you don't score, get a couple first downs and kind of settle into this football game.
The winner of this game faces either Ravenwood or Southwind. Ravenwood leads 7-0 early in that one. Here's Elliott, and a throw too far in front of Braylon O'Dour, who had some room to run, just overthrew him.
Yeah, that was a great call right there. Just to let him just a little bit out in front. Elliott right there to O'Dour. Sets up a 2nd and 10, but got to get right back in here and have confidence throw the next one. Brian, last week Blackman, it felt like they scored that first drive and they set the tone for the night. And tonight it's kind of gone the other way. It's going to be interesting to see how they respond right here.
They're going to send 2 wide. O'Dour and Mitchell make that 3 wide to the far side. Extra tight there on that far side as well with the ball from the left hash. But the play comes inside. I believe that's Nance who's going to carry it to about the 27. So picks up just a couple. And that'll bring up 3rd down now. Bingham and Amore on the tackle for Oakland. Chevy Armour, by the way, 49 tackles on the season, 2 interceptions, 3 quarterback hurries, and a sack and a half. 3rd down now and 8 for the Blaze. Elliott back to pass, looks, surveys, has some time, now has to pull out of the pocket, comes near side. Just a heave-ho across the middle is going to be caught for the first down. We'll see where they spot the football. And that heave-ho, by the way, was to Braylon Odor, who just kept coming to the ball, and picks up 18 yards and a first down Blaze.
Great job right there for Javion Elliott. Keep staying alive, keeping the play alive, and then throwing a strike to Odor across the middle for a first down for Blackman. Really huge play for Blackman right here.
Kind of sidearmed that one.
Yeah, with a little bit of, Brett Favre gunslinger type right there.
Tutt making the tackle there, but not before a Blackman first down. Going to challenge up the middle again with Nance. Gets a couple. Try to soften up that inside a little bit.
Sometimes it's not about the yardage, Brian, but you got to keep them honest.
2nd down and 7. It's 7-0 Oakland for those just now joining. Maybe you're in the parking lot or in the line trying to get in. I don't know how that's going, but got to be a capacity crowd here tonight for sure.
Has to be.
2 wideouts to either side here for the Blaze. Elliott takes a 3-step drop, looks across the middle, now looks left side. It's Dixon there, tries to get under it, and incomplete, and there are no flags. I heard a few oohs, but some good defense and through his hands.
Well, Elliott gave his receiver right there a chance right there, but really good coverage right there for Oakland. Sets up a 3rd and 7 here for the Blaze at their own 47.
Got their first down of the night, but now facing a 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 at their own 47-yard line. Ball here from the near side hash. Oakland has a 7-0 lead, 6:37 to play in the first. They're going to roll 3 out to the right side. James Stevenson, Mitchell, and Odor. Another receiver here near side, that is Dixon. The pass is across the middle and incomplete. Threw that one into double coverage, and the pass intended for James Stevenson, but falls to the turf. Tutt defending on that play, and the senior Stevenson has really come on strong here, especially in this playoff run, but well, that was a bit of a dangerous pass.
But dangerous and had a little too much mustard on it. I don't know if even if he could have got it to him, he would have been able to hold on to it.
Bentley to punt once again for the Blaze. High kick. Tutt was almost under it, but decided to pull back, and it's going to be downed by the Blaze, Jaden Sanders. So 1st and 10 for the Patriots, who lead this series 24-6 against their rival here in Rutherford County. Have won 15 in a row. This is Oakland's 12th semifinal in a row and looking for their 5th state title in as many years. Looking for their 6th state championship in the Kevin Creasy era, but got to get there first. 2 in the backfield for Oakland. And the pitch is back to Millsap, who was just slung out of bounds by Tristan Thornton. I mean, Thornton picked him up and like a rag doll threw him out of bounds.
I guess that's technically not horse collar, but it's kind of a WWE throw him out of the ring kind of.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on the chair. When does that come in on the play? Loss of about 2. So 2nd down and 12. And it's Cameron working from under center this time. He keeps it, finds a crease, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, midfield 40, and is going to be tackled from behind at about the 35-yard line. And it was Lark who finally caught up to him. Jaden is quick as a hiccup, but finally caught up to him at the 35. That's a 42-yard run by Dante Cameron, who coming into this game had 680 yards rushing on 73 carries, and that one was a huge one.
Boy, he just showed his explosiveness in the open field right there. Really great run by Cameron. sets up the Patriots 1st and 10.
Here's Morton at quarterback, the pitch. And coming is Bass near side, 30, 25, 20 down the sideline, 15, 10, 5. End zone, touchdown, Patriots, Kamani Bass. His 3rd TD of the season.
Boy, what a great job right there by the offensive line for Oakland, setting up a huge hole for Bass. And once he got in the open field, he had to beat one guy, and he ran right past him into the end zone, 13-0 Patriots.
I really didn't know if he was going to have enough room to tiptoe that sideline, but Kamani did it in fine fashion. He should be on Dancing with the Stars next week.
It was real. It really should be.
Hernandez for a point after the Toots touchdown. Don't forget, Toots is open, and they've got the heat going at Toots, by the way, at all 4 Rutherford County locations. So after the game, maybe pick up a burger and talk about the game tonight. At Toots, good food and fun. The kick is up, and it is good. And your score with 5:38 to play in the first. Oakland 14, Blackman nothing. State Farm Prep Sports.
I'm State Farm Agent Ron.
Craig's Tax Service.
We perform tax preparation, individual tax return.
In Rutherford County, we need a sheriff who leads from the front, not from behind a desk. That's Kenneth Barrett, out on calls, side by side with deputies, tackling the tough stuff every shift. He's the working man's leader, supervising with sharp eyes, serving with steady hands, keeping our families safe. Born here, raised here, he's ready to protect here.
I'm Kenneth Barrett, running for Rutherford County Sheriff, and I would appreciate your vote.
Paid for by Kenneth Barrett for Sheriff. Treasurer, Jan Stewart.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, former running back at Oakland High School, and you're listening to Prep Football.
The Oakland kickoff is going to be fielded. Fair catch for Daniel Smith for the Blackman Blaze, and the Blaze now in a 14-0 hole will start at the 32-yard line. And Bill, for the Blaze, they really need to get something going here because Oakland is kind of on a roll at this point.
They are. You just got to calm down right here. Keep playing your game. Get a couple of first downs. Get a couple of positive plays. And you're only down 2 scores. That's the way you got to look at it. There's still a lot of time, a lot of football left to play. So you just got to come out here and keep staying with your game plan.
Here's Javion Elliott to direct traffic. And Kemp gets the carry and takes it to about the 30, make that 40-yard line for a 6-yard pickup. Jabari's second touch, I think, of the football tonight. Woods making the tackle for Oakland.
You know, Brian, Blackman's faced a lot of obstacles the last couple of weeks, going all the way to Dobbins-Bennett, coming out with that win, hosting Maryville last week and knocking Maryville out. So a little 14-0 deficit right here is not going to bother them. They've been through a lot of things already this year.
They definitely have. They fake the handoff. The pass is right side. Going to be caught, but for a short gain. And it was Braylon O'Dour who made the snag there, but it is enough for a first down. I think what they needed, got about 5 yards there on the passing catch. And
Good
the ball
short,
at the 44, Bill.
Yeah. Good little short pass right there to O'Dour. He did a great job of not getting his knee on the ground and made sure he got up and got that first down for Blackman.
Gaynor and Hall teaming up on the tackle for Oakland. 1st and 10, a bunch set of receivers here near side, and now Elliott is on the run and just threw it away.
Probably a smart job right there for Elliott. He didn't have anything open, and Oakland was chasing him down, had a couple of guys coming at him. Just good job of getting rid of the football right there.
And that was Cullen Williams who did the chasing. Cullen, by the way, is 4 tackles away from 100 on the season.
Wow.
13 for loss, 3.5 sacks, 2 defensive breakups, 3 fumble recoveries, and a forced fumble. It's a pretty good defensive resume.
It's a solid season, Brian.
2nd down and 10 now for the Blaze at their own 44, down 14-0. And with the give, it's Daniel Smith, and the junior is going to be twirled down at the 45, picks up just a yard. Gaynor was the one who wrapped him up really in the backfield. He fell forward for the yard. So 3rd and 9 now. Centennial scored first on Page. They lead Page 7-0. That's Centennial's had a really weird season.
What a comeback for them.
That's where Matt Kreisky came from before being at Blackman. He was at Centennial. Glad he's here now. Here's a throw by Elliott, and it is going to be snagged by Braylon O'Dour at the 33-yard line. Boy, O'Dour just went up and pulled that one in. That was a 23-yard pass from Elliott, but it was O'Dour who climbed the ladder for that one.
You know, you could just see, Brian, Javion Elliott's confidence is just growing game after game after game right there. 3rd down right there, not a big deal to him. Throws a dart right there for O'Dour to move the chains and get a first bank first down of the night for the Blaze.
Earl made the tackle for the Oakland Patriots, but not before a first down, and suddenly Blackman is at the 33 of Oakland. Go back to the ground game, and Smith is met right there. He does pick up about 3, however, but it's almost like he ran into a block wall.
Yeah, the Oakland defensive line so far tonight, Brian, is winning the line of scrimmage. So Blackman's going to have to make a couple of adjustments as the night goes on.
Sanders was the foundation of that block wall. They do put the ball back at the 31, so a 2-yard pickup, and it's 2nd and 8. Twins to the right, one receiver near side, and tripped up is Daniel Smith.
Boy, that's a shame right there. He had something going there. He was following his block, and I think he tripped over his own foot. Break for Oakland right there.
It was his own foot, or I saw Cullen Williams make a swipe. I don't know if he missed him or what happened there, but
we'll give him the tackle right there.
Well, he came from the far side and was somehow back there with him. It's 3rd down, 3rd and 8 at their own 31. Blackman needing a first down, probably out of field goal range here, I would say. Twin receivers to either side. Ball from the near hash, and back to pass is Elliott. Looks, has time, goes deep, goes to the end zone, and it is
flag.
Incomplete, but there are flags as Stevenson was the intended receiver, but not one but 2 flags there in the end zone. Probably going to be a first down here for the Blaze. And that is the call, pass interference against the Patriots.
Well, Brian, I think that was a pretty good coverage initially, but I think he grabbed him a little bit before the football got to him, which I think both officials over there saw it, and that's why you saw 2 flags out.
And that places the ball at the Oakland 16, gives Blackman a first down, and they are in the John Day Legal Red Zone. From serious injuries to wrongful death, clients trust the award-winning team at the law offices of John Day. First promising drive of the night for the Blackman Blaze, coming with 1:43 on the clock. They trail 14-0 here to Oakland in the semis. Back to the ground, and Smith going to rumble up into the scrum, and they finally blow the whistle at about the 13. So a 3-yard gain there.
Boy, Smith just keeps driving and forward. You know, he's had a couple of big runs the last couple of weeks for the Blaze, and it's going to be a big part of tonight's game for him.
Brings up a 2nd down now for Blackman. Brown and Williams leading the way on the Oakland tackle. Cullen Williams is going to get that 100th tackle tonight for sure. 2nd down now for the Blaze from the left hash, and sending O'Dour in motion from left to right. So 3 there right side. Going to just hurl it that way toward the corner of the end zone, and it's a jump ball and knocked away by Craig Tutt.
Boy, good coverage right there for Craig Tutt. Elliott had to throw it off his back foot just a little bit, maybe a little bit hurried there, but Tutt, great coverage on the play.
Intended for Bryson Mitchell in the corner of the end zone. 3rd down now and 8. We've got 52 seconds to play here in the first quarter, which Oakland leads 14-0. But Blackman is at the 19-yard line, but facing a 3rd and 8. Dixon and Mitchell out far side. It's Odor here on the near side between the numbers and hashes and a timeout. Clock almost ran out, so Blackman timeout. Will come right back. Oakland leads 14-0 on State Farm Prep Sports.
When it comes to building your dream home in Rutherford County, America's Home Place has the winning game plan. Step into the Mount Juliet showroom and call your own plays. Pick the house.
Hey, Rutherford County sports fans, from auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more, trust your local State Farm agents. Celeste Middleton, Ron Reeves, Emerson Williams, Alex Williams, Dana Womack, and Andy Womack. This powerful team lives here, works here, and are your neighbors. They're ready to help you manage everyday risk, recover from the unexpected, and realize your dreams. Contact Celeste, Ron, Emerson, Alex, Dana, or Andy for all of your insurance needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Football.
3rd down for the Blaze at the Oakland 19-yard line. Hard count here by Elliott. Sends 3 wide to the far side. Back to pass. He's in trouble. Throws the ball away. Well, just overthrew it. Intended for Odor. He felt the pressure coming here on the backside.
They had no choice, Brian. He was being pressured right there. Had to just throw the ball away, and looks like Blackman's going to have to try to settle for a field goal attempt.
Tutt was the one defending in the end zone with Odor. That's going to be something to watch. Already been some really fantastic plays. They're going to trot on Tyler Burrow-Rabosin. This would be a 31-yard field goal attempt. Burrow-Rabosin from 31 to put Blackman on the scoreboard. The kick is away. It has some distance, but is wide right. His first miss of the season was 7 of 7 before that one. Barely had enough to get over, but was a little too far to the right, and Oakland's going to take over, and the defense holds once again.
Once again.
So Oakland will take over here. 1st and 10. 44 seconds left here in the first quarter. They lead 14-0. That was a huge stop.
Oakland defense once again, Brian. When they need them, they get the job done.
Here's Tutt in between tackles, dancing around 25 to the 30. Saw a flag or a marker flying there, I think, to the 31-yard line. So he dances for 11 yards, and there is a penalty marker. And it's a hold against the Patriots, so that's going to come back. See where the hold took place. Maybe that last little effort forward. Bowles made the tackle for the Blackman Blaze, and Bowles on the season, 35 tackles, 11 solo tackles, a sack, 5 tackles for loss, and a forced fumble on the year. So this is going to put the ball at the, let's see, 15, 17-yard line. Had too much turkey. I got to count on my fingers and toes.
So you're more of a turkey over ham kind of guy?
Well, I had plenty of both,
yeah,
I'll have to say.
I'm with you. I'm a little bit of both myself.
1st and 13 now for Oakland. And it's going to be Cameron running it. Gets to the 2nd level. Keeps the legs churning to the 25.5-yard line. And picked up 6 of those. And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. So we'll swap ends, and if get ready for the second quarter. It's 14-0 Oakland on top. You're listening to State Farm Prep Sports.
Large Auction Company will get you top dollar for your property.
Auctions are easy, fast, and profitable.
You have a
It's the most magical day of the year, and you can watch it all live. Big G TV is where Christmas comes to life with coverage of the Murfreesboro Parade, Sunday, December 14th at 2 p.m. Brought to you by Kenneth Barrett for Sheriff, Middle Tennessee Electric, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Woodfin Funeral Chapels. See every float, every smile, and the moment Santa arrives on Big G TV. Streaming at wgnsradio.com/parade.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Football.
We are back here, and our game brought to you by First Bank, Murfreesboro Medical Clinic, along with the law offices of John Day. And don't forget SRM Concrete, locally grown, nationally known. Listen each pregame and postgame for the SRM Concrete Solid Performer. Start of the second quarter here with the Oakland Patriots leading 14-0. We've swapped sides here, so they're going left to right, or right to left, rather, Oakland. With Cam Morton, the phenomenal freshman quarterback. Flips it up and nowhere to go for Kamani Bass, except backwards. Going to lose 6 on that one. And Stewart was in there, leading tackler on the team for the Blackman Blaze, and showed why that time. He was in the backfield at that pitch.
Brian, you feel like this is a huge play in the game for the Blackman defense. Here it's 3rd and 10. Oakland on their own 20-yard line, has a chance to get the ball back in good field position, and you got to try to make a big defensive play right here if you're Blackman. Oakland just don't want to make you try to pick it up, and just don't want to make sure you turn the ball up. Don't turn it over right here.
3rd and 10 at their 20. Start of the second quarter. Patriots up 14-0. Cameron. No, that's Morton. Halfback pass. Here's Cameron. Is he going to pass it? No, he's going to be slung down for a loss back at the 5-yard line. That's what the Blackman Blaze defense needed, a loss of 15 yards. And Oakland's going to have to punt from their end zone.
Huge play by Blackman's defense, and you can just tell they have gotten confidence over these last few weeks in these playoffs and step up big once again, being able to hand the ball back to their offense and probably in good field position.
Harris is the one who got back there. Now Oakland just with a quick kick, and it hits off, well, maybe it doesn't hit off the back of a Blackman player. It's definitely going to take an Oakland roll and going to roll and roll to the 50.
What a great
49,
kick.
Yeah.
What a great break right there for Oakland, getting that ball all the way to midfield.
Blackman brought some pressure there against Matthew Moore. Moore averaging 36 yards per punt that time from the end zone, so it was 50+. And that's where the Blackman Blaze will start here from the left hash, moving left to right. Now, the first 2 series kind of sputtered out. The last one stalled out, and the first Tyler Burrow or Bozen miss of the season for a field goal. See what Blackman can do here now. Here's Jabari Kemp running far side. Kemp going to string it out, get to about the 44-yard line. Tackle was actually made as he dove out into the Blackman sideline. Williams and Jackson teaming up on that for a 6-yard pickup to bring up 2nd and 4. Ball is at the Oakland 44. The Patriots leading the Blaze 14-0 here. Twins to the near side. Extra halfback here on the right, but Kemp takes it left side, trying to get that first down. Going to be short by about a yard. Picked up 3. The winner of this game will face either Ravenwood or Southwind in the championship game next Saturday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock local time kickoff. We know we'll be there, just don't know who will be following and who will be playing. Ravenwood and Southwind are tied at 7. Both of those teams undefeated going into the semifinal game.
Boy, 4 great teams left.
Oh, man. No doubt we've got the cream of the crop here. Oakland stunning on defense. Kemp on 3rd and the yard does not get it. Tried to challenge right up the gut. There were several Oakland Patriots there. I saw Nehemiah Wade just kind of fly over the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think this is no doubt. You got to go for this 4-down territory. Oh, no, maybe not.
Bingham going to get credit for the tackle here.
You know, Brian, I think he lost just a little bit on that last run, so really it's closer to 4th and 2.
Yeah.
So it makes it a little easier to punt the ball right here.
Going to try to pin Oakland back. Don't know if they're going to try maybe a fake or something here, and they're not going to allow a substitution, and the play clock gets down to 0. That was weird.
Yeah, something was off on that.
Here's the punt, and Bentley gets it away. It's going to take a roll into the end zone, so Oakland will get a break and have the ball at the 20-yard line. Craig Tutt looked at it, and then he thought it was going to continue to roll into the end zone, so did not make an offer at that. So Oakland will have it at the 20.
Tough break if you're Blackman right there. You're trying to pin them inside their own 20, and it rolls into the end zone. But if you're Oakland, great, big break again, and start over 1st and 10 from your own 20 right here. Already up 14-0.
1st and 10 for Oakland. 8:07 to play in the first half. It's Dante Cameron. Going to keep it himself. Tries to wait on a hole to open, and what great patience. He's only going to get about 2 yards, but he waited and waited and found the smallest crease to get an extra yard.
Good job of the Blackman defense right there, trying to clog up the hole. Really Cameron had nowhere to go, but he did pick up 2 right here. Sets up a 2nd and 8 for the Patriots.
Johnson on the tackle, 37 on the season for him coming into the game. 2nd down, a run to the 26. And it was Tutt who gets about 4 there to set up a 3rd down. So 3rd down, and it's going to be about 4. Ball is really right at the 26-yard line from, Mitchell and Johnson for Blackman teaming up on the last tackle. So 3rd down. It's a short 4. Here's Tutt, 1st down, 35-40, 45-50, 45-40, 35-30, foot race, 20, breaks a tackle, 10-5, end zone. Touchdown, Oakland, touchdown, Craig Tutt. And it is a run of 73 yards. Boy, what speed.
I mean, it's explosive. When he gets in that open field, you're not catching him. The kid almost did, and then he put on the extra gear and got into that end zone.
Craig Tutt silencing the crowd here after the Toots touchdown. Here's the point after, which is up and good by Jose Hernandez. And after that Toots touchdown, the Oakland Patriots lead 21-0 here on State Farm Prep Sports.
Do you love WGNS Radio? Well, now
Get ready for an unforgettable night and support First Shot. Autumn at the Alley is coming to Oakland's Mansion Tuesday, September 24th from 6 to 9 p.m. Sip on fine bourbon, wine, and spirits, enjoy premium cigars, and feast on incredible food from the Alley on Main, all while enjoying live music under the stars. Proceeds benefit First Shot's Academic All-Stars and Send the Kid to Camp programs. Find out more on their Facebook page and through Eventbrite, Autumn at the Alley, September 24th.
New location 1640 Memorial Boulevard.
I'm State Farm agent Alex Williams, and this is State Farm Prep Football.
Here's the kickoff. Going to be fielded at the 29 by Blackman. And up to about the 42. Our coverage brought to you in part by Dana Womack, State Farm agent on South Church Street between Farm Credit and the post office. That's Dana Womack, myburrowagent.com. Dana comes from a good State Farm bloodline. 21-0, Oakland Patriots lead here in the second quarter, 6:37. And Blackman really can't complain about the field position they've had.
No, they've had great field position. They just haven't been able to capitalize on it and get points on the board. Got to take advantage of this one, starting at their own 41.
Yep. Here's Elliott back to pass and now on the run. Going to sling it out of bounds. He ran all over the field and still nobody open. Got away from a tackle, but great coverage downfield by Oakland.
You know, Brian, coming into this game, a lot of the talk leading up to it was, Oakland has been in this situation numerous times, numerous years in a row. Always expect to be practicing during Thanksgiving, and, first time for Blackman to do this with this group.
Yeah.
And, you can kind of tell of it, at least early on, a team that's been here, done this before, and Blackman's still trying to find their way.
Only the second time in school history that the Blaze have played in a semifinal. Here's a run, delay, and that's Nance, who gets about 3. Where, again, Oakland, I said this in the pregame show, just since 1984 when David Alsop won the first state title here for Oakland, since 1984, that's 36 years, they have been in at least the semifinal in 17 of those 36 years, or have won one of 8 championships or 4 runner-ups. And, with that, that's about a 47% success rate year over year of getting here. So here we go with 3rd down and 7 for the Blaze. Elliott's in trouble and then just falls down. He was on the run, and he was about to be clobbered by Travion Jackson and just lost his footing. And down back at the 33-yard line, and Blackman forced to punt.
That's just a shame right there. Just lost his footing, and another stop by the Oakland defense.
And a punt by Bentley. It's going to take a nice Blackman roll. Boy, Bentley's really bailed him out in some places here. It's going to roll across the 15 to the 14-yard line. They're trying to wave it on down the field. That was Noah Snelling. He was just trying to, Dowell, Jalen Dowell. But it is going to be at the 18-yard line for Oakland, who leads 21-0. Well, so far, Blackman has not had an answer to the Oakland offense defensively, and they have not been able to stop Craig Tutt.
No. Tutt's got 3 carries for 112 yards, so, that's unworldly,
They do get him stopped here this time. Going to lose a little bit. Met him in the backfield. Going to lose a couple of yards to bring up 2nd and 18. And unfortunately for the Blackman offense, the Oakland defense has been very stingy.
They have, and coming into this game, everybody knew that was the strength of Oakland's team, and Blackman right now has got to rely on their defense, try to get them stopped right here, try to set them up in as good a field position as they possibly can.
turnover wouldn't hurt him either, you know.
Absolutely.
Cameron, the pitch. And here is Bass trying to eke his way up for a couple of yards. And it should be 3rd and 10, I think. Got back to, they only gave him a yard. Interesting spot. So 3rd and 11 now for Oakland. Morton, the freshman, behind center this time. Going to have a halfback and a blocking back there on the right side. Does pass out of it to Tutt for a first down. Over on the far side, he's out of bounds at around the 28-yard line. That's a 15-yard passing catch from Morton to Craig Tutt.
I mean, just perfect bullseye throw right there from Morton, right on the money to Tutt for another first down for the Patriots.
So coming into this game, Tutt had 6 catches for 30 yards, and that one was for 15. I mean, you give it to your Mr. Football finalist, don't you?
Well, when all the chips are on the table, you got to give it to your best player, and he's by far, the best player probably in the state of Tennessee.
1st and 10. Here is Cameron on the run after the First Bank first down. Gets about 4, make that 3. Bring up a second down. 3 minutes and 13 seconds left here in the first half. Levy making the tackle for the Blackman Blaze. Told you about Levy's great season. 32 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss on the year.
Brian, I'm sure this game's on Craig Tutt's mind tonight, but I'm sure he's going to be real interested in that decision tomorrow from Lane Kiffin.
Oh, probably so. Here's a pass to Bass, who came back toward the ball and tries to leap forward for an extra yard. Going to wind up getting 5. Davis making the tackle and brings up a 3rd and 1.
Brian, as the season's gone on, I've been real impressed with both Oakland quarterbacks. Dante Cameron, obviously, with his ability, and Cam Morton's throwing. It's very underrated and a big piece of what Oakland does.
Well, and bad news for next year, both of those kids will be back.
Yes.
Cameron will be a senior and Morton a sophomore. They're going to line up in the old I here, and under center is Cameron, trying to get that extra yard, and Tutt blasts through, just waits on the hole to open and winds up diving forward for 6 yards and a First Bank first down.
Well, he's just so patient right there. He just waited. Then he found his hole. He burst right through there for the First Bank first down for the Patriots.
Bowles on the tackle. First Bank serving Rutherford County with community-focused banking and are here to cheer on every first down in this game for both teams. 1st and 10 Oakland, 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. The give is to Tutt. Tries to bounce it outside. Going to be wrapped up at the 45.5-yard line. Clock still running. Levy making the tackle. I believe Cameron is going to be the one to come in on this play. He's right there talking with Kevin Creasy. Wouldn't be surprised if they don't take a shot here or try to get it to one of their big playmakers.
Under a minute to go.
Clock at 50 seconds. Oakland still has all 3 timeouts here. Cameron the pitch. They find Tutt. Tutt going to be slung down for a loss back at the 39-yard line. Loses 6 on the play. And it was Jaden Lark. Another stop for a loss there. Lark has only played, this is his 10th game of the season. Big impact on that play especially, and it's 3rd and long.
It's almost like Oakland's satisfied to take this one to the locker room.
Maybe have one more shot here. They fake the handoff. Morton going to sling it. And it's Giovanni Malone, and it's going to be picked off by Jaden Lark. Lark coming the other way, 30, 40, 45, runs out of bounds as time runs out. Jaden Lark's 4th interception on the season. And the first half ends with an Oakland interception. But that takes us to halftime. And it has been all Oakland in this first half as they lead 21-0 at the half. We're going to come back and we'll have all kinds of information for you. Halftime is your Ideas Tees intermission. That's straight ahead as we continue State Farm Prep Sports here on WGNS and Big G TV.
Your ride, your stuff. You live with them together.
Hey, Rutherford County sports fans, from auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more, trust your local State Farm agents. Celeste Middleton, Ron Reeves, Emerson Williams, Alex Williams, Dana Womack, and Andy Womack. This powerful team lives here, works here, and are your neighbors. They're ready to help you manage everyday risk, recover from the unexpected, and realize your dreams. Contact Celeste, Ron, Emerson, Alex, Dana, or Andy for all of your insurance needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Time now for the Ideas Tees intermission. With a break in the action, we'll bring you stats, scores, and highlights from tonight's game. Brought to you by Ideas Tees, your home for school spirit wear, screen printing, embroidery, specialty items, and more. Visit 111 East MTCS Road, right across from the school, and check out Raider Tees 2 for officially licensed MTSU Blue Raider gear. Ideas Tees can put your logo on just about anything. Now time to break down the action so far with the Primetime Sports Team.
Welcome back here to Oakland High School and Ray Hughes Stadium. Your halftime score is 21-0. Oakland Patriots on top. And an update in the other 6A semifinal. Southwind with a score with 3:05 to play in the first half. They take a 13-7 lead as the PAT was missed. 13-7 over Ravenwood. Both of those teams undefeated, and the winner of that game will face the winner of this one, which right now, at halftime at least, it's Oakland leading 21-0. I want to say congratulations to all of our teams who getting the basketball season rolling. And I know the Blackman Lady Blaze won a tournament. A lot of Thanksgiving tournaments going on. We will have basketball next week from Siegel as Centennial comes in on Tuesday night. And Friday night we will have the Smyrna Bulldogs as they host the Central Magnet Tigers. So we've got a couple of basketball games. We've already done one. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more after next week. So a total of 7 between now and the Christmas break. So looking forward to that. But congratulations from our friends at SRM Concrete, locally grown, nationally known. And SRM highlighting our student athletes all season long. 21-0 is our halftime score here. And let's just get some initial thoughts. First from you, Mr. Edwards. We've seen Oakland in these situations, and this is how Oakland typically responds to a game where maybe they had to come back from behind to win or a close win. You give Kevin Creasy anything to talk about over the Thanksgiving break here and a week to practice and different schedule. That doesn't seem to faze them, and this pretty dominant first half, honestly.
Yes, it is, and again, it's kind of what we expected. Then we know we've seen it happen to Oakland before. It's kind of really gives a lot of fuel for practice for Coach Creasy to get their minds right and resettled. Sometimes you can get complacent if things are going so easy for you. I thought basically both teams could stop the other. Both of them seemed to have elite defenses, but I thought Oakland really had, I think, Blackman confused early. They went to a two backs with the quarterback under center, and they just tried different options on them that they haven't seen before, and they were kind of sitting back trying to read. And you sit back and try to read, and then all of a sudden you send one player in, then in comes Mr. Tutt, and he's running across, coming from the weak side, coming around, kind of a sweep, and he cuts in, and he's gone. And then I thought after the second touchdown, we had the long drive, but they missed the field goal. But then after that, they were really aggressive on defense. They stopped the series, forced them to punt. They held them deep.
Right. And
everything was going, and they stopped them again until Mr. Tutt happened to hit the hole really quickly got behind them because they were aggressive and attacking, which they got to do. You got to do that. That's what they did against Maryville.
Right.
They didn't give Maryville time to breathe. But what's happening tonight is Oakland is not giving Elliott time to breathe. They have him on the run. And then they're really covering very well. You know, both teams can cover well and all, but Oakland is doing it the best.
Well, right now it's 21-0. Let's tell you how we got to this point here with your Craig's Tax Service first half recap. We talked about Mr. Tutt. He's had a couple long runs and a couple of touchdowns. This was the first one with 8:35 to play in the first quarter. Pitch back to Tutt, his first touch, and he is gone, friends. Craig Tutt, first play for him in the game, takes it 35 yards. And Oakland gets the first score in this battle of the Rutherford County Titans in the semifinals.
Tell me if you heard this before, Brian. Out of a timeout, Coach Creasy has a great call. 35 yards of Craig Tutt for an Oakland touchdown.
Then just a couple of minutes later on their second possession, 5:38 to play in the first, Mr. Kamani Bass finds pay dirt. And coming is Bass near side, 30, 25, 20 down the sideline, 15, 10, 5. End zone, touchdown, Patriots, Kamani Bass. His third TD of the season.
Boy, what a great job right there by the offensive line for Oakland, setting up a huge hole for Bass. And once he got in the open field, he had to beat one guy, and he ran right past him into the end zone, 13-0 Patriots.
And with 6:42 to play in the first half, second quarter, Craig Tutt on a long one. Here's Tutt, first down, 35-40, 45-50, 45-40, 35-30, foot race, 20, breaks a tackle, 10-5, end zone. Touchdown, Oakland, touchdown, Craig Tutt. And it is a run of 73 yards Boy, what speed.
I mean, it's explosive. When he gets in that open field, you're not catching him. Well, kid almost did, and then he put on the extra gear and got into that end zone.
21-0 is your halftime score, and that's a look at your Craig's Tax Service first half recap. Craig's Tax Service specializes in personal and business tax preparation, financials, and bookkeeping services. Give them a call, 890-2233, CraigsTaxService.com. Online, all the Craigs and Bruce Hall, everybody out there, wishing both teams good luck here in the second half, and good luck in the state championship for one of these teams next week versus either Ravenwood or Southwind. We still have a half to go in both games. When we come back on the Ideas Tees intermission, we've got your stats, and the conversation continues from Oakland High School. Patriots leading the Blackman Blaze 21-0. This is State Farm Prep Sports.
This is Wade Hayes from Toots Restaurants, and our family is just honored and blessed to be part of this community for 40 years.
Hi, this is Nick Hayes.
When the weather turns bad, minutes, even seconds matter.
This is an early heads up for southern Rutherford County.
Rutherford Weather brings you live radar and expert meteorologist insight, giving you the early heads up when storms threaten.
A lot of areas are going to see some impacts from this storm.
From analysis to live camera views, we keep you informed before, during, and after the storm.
I think the vast majority of the hail with this now is going to be quarter to perhaps golf ball size.
Rutherford Weather. Stay ahead of the storm.
.212 Warrior Drive.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Our coverage here also brought to you by Serve Pizza, Craig's Tax Service, Winners Trophies, Donut Country, and Parks Auction. Donut Country reminds me to let you know that we will not have a coaches show tomorrow. Also, we will not have a coaches show on the 6th, so a little couple of weeks here. Then we'll have a girls' week and a boys' week before the Christmas break. And part of the reason for that is we're going to continue girls, boys alternating until the region tournament, because we've got two districts and they both play in the region, so it just makes sense. And we have too many schools to do a boys and girls combo show with so many teams still left playing in the region, if that makes sense. That would be like 24 coaches.
It's a lot.
It's impossible.
Double what we got in football.
Yeah. So the season goes a little longer. The same number of girls and boys coaches shows for basketball, but just a couple of little extra breaks. And it helps with scheduling, and, would have to have a couple of football teams and then 12 basketball coaches. It just worked out for the best. So that's why. Got a little break in the coaches show for the next couple of weeks. But no break in the stats. So let's get the offensive stats first here. Bill, you've been keeping those, and Craig Tutt, a couple of touchdowns. He's been running all over the place.
Boy, he has, Brian. What a half for Craig. Right now, the Oakland Patriots lead Blackman 21-0 at the half. In the first half, team stats for Oakland in the first half, they had 195 yards on the ground, 37 through the air for a total of 232 yards in the first half, and they had 5 first bank first downs. Individually for Oakland, Dante Cameron, I thought he had a really good first half, 6 carries for 43 yards for the Patriots. Craig Tutt, 7 carries, 115 yards, and 2 huge touchdowns for the Patriots. Kamani Bass, 4 carries, 39 yards, and then Will Millsap also had 4 carries for a couple of yards. Passing for the Patriots, Cam Morton was 3 of 4 in the first half for 37 yards and an interception. Individually for Oakland receiving, Kamani Bass had 1 catch for 5 yards. Craig Tutt, 1 catch for 15. Giovanni Malone, 1 catch for 17 yards. Oakland in the first half had 2 penalties for 25 yards. For Blackman in the first half, they had 25 yards on the ground, 46 yards passing for a total in the first half of 71 yards. They had 4 first bank first downs. Individually for Blackman in the first half, Javion Elliott had a carry for 8 yards. Micah Nance, 3 carries for 7 yards. Jabari Kemp, 5 carries for 19 yards. Daniel Smith, 4 carries for 7 yards. Javion Elliott in the first half was 5 for 11 for 46 yards. And Brylan Odor had 3 catches for 46 yards for the Blackman Blaze. And once again, at the half here, it is Oakland 21 and Blackman nothing.
All right, defensively, let's take a look at what's going on. And got all those defensive stats over there. Mr. Rod Edwards, brought to you by Winners Trophies, Fans Heating and Air, as well as JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates.
For the Blaze, Jaden Lark has 3 tackles and an interception. So he had an interception, a big one in the Maryville game, and he closed out the first half with an interception. It's a situation where the defense is going to have to stop Oakland because they get the ball back, but then hopefully they can use the momentum from the interception to carry on and get their offense rolling. But Terrell Johnson had 3 tackles. Isaac Levy had 3. And those with 2 were James Stewart, Tristan Thornton, Isaiah Bowles, Darian Davis, and that was it. No, yeah, that was it. No, take it back. Sanford, he had 2. I thought there was one more. I found him. Okay, now for the Oakland Patriots, Michael Brown and Colin Williams each had 4 tackles. Cameron Sanders had 3. Marquise Earl had a big sack in the first half. And then for Oakland, those with 2 are Kyrie Gaynor, Traven Jackson, Dominique Bingham, and those were the ones with 2 tackles.
All right. Well, those are the complete stats here for this first half. And again, brought to you by Fans Heating and Air, JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates, along with our friends at Winners Trophies. The winner of this game will face the winner of Ravenwood Southwind in the state championship game coming up next week. And it is 21-13 Ravenwood at halftime in the other 6A semifinal. It is 21-0 Oakland in this semifinal. We'll take a break, come back, and should be ready for the second half as we continue State Farm Prep Sports here on the Ideas Tees Intermission.
Message provided by the Rutherford Opioid Board.
Hey, Rutherford County sports fans, from auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more, trust your local State Farm agents. Celeste Middleton, Ron Reeves, Emerson Williams, Alex Williams, Dana Womack, and Andy Womack. This powerful team lives here, works here, and are your neighbors. They're ready to help you manage everyday risk, recover from the unexpected, and realize your dreams. Contact Celeste, Ron, Emerson, Alex, Dana, or Andy for all of your insurance needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Better and go blue.
I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You're listening to Prep Football.
Back here for the wrap-up of our Ideas Tees intermission, and as we get ready to start the second half of action, let's take a look at, the second half.
Time now for the keys to the second half. Brought to you by Rayburn Insurance Agent Rick Hall. Auto, home, business, and life insurance with a trusted agent, Rick Hall, at Rayburn Insurance.
All right, Rod, let's get some thoughts from you. What does Blackman have to do to get back in this game? I would say score pretty quick.
Yes, they do. But first, they got to stop Oakland on the first series, and they're going to have to be aggressive defensively. I think they're going to have to put pressure on in the backfield. If you got the long sweeping plays coming with a counter or a reverse, get in there, you blow it up early. Offensively, I think they got a mix-up of running game with the short, quick passes. You go too long, Oakland's got too much time to get pressure on your quarterback, and if they get rolling and get confident, they can begin to open up their offense then.
For Oakland, it's, I guess, not let up here, right?
That's it. Keep putting pressure on defensively. Keep mixing it up. You may run a little bit more. You can use the clock now. Clock can be your good friend if you're in an Oakland situation.
All right, Bill, what are your thoughts here on the second half?
Well, I think one of the biggest things is Blackman's got to get something on the scoreboard. We played 6 quarters so far this year against Oakland and haven't put any points on the board. They got to get something on the board, and you got 24 minutes to go leave it all out on the line right here. You got a chance to go to the state championship game. You got to go out there and leave it all out on the line if you're Blackman. Oakland's been there, done that before. They're going to kind of keep doing the same thing they're doing. Blackman has got to go leave everything they have if they want a chance to go play for a state championship next week. You
got to think that Oakland, this first drive could tell us a lot.
I think so. I think, Blackman's defense has risen up to the challenge the last 2 and 3 weeks, really even before that. And I expect them right here to do the same thing.
Well, we're about ready to get this second half underway here. Third quarter, just about it. Get our scoreboard ready to go here. I'll let you know that you can listen to the game on Big G TV.
All right, so I think, Brian, we had a personal foul. Something happened coming out, and somebody got an unsportsmanlike conduct personal foul, 15 yards right off the bat. I guess it was against Blackman.
Like at the end of the first half, I guess?
I'm guessing as they ran off the field, or maybe as they came out the second half, but I don't know if it was a player, coach, but they just said the personal foul on Blackman.
Well, they're going to have to kick off from the 25-yard line. Well, that's not how you want to start, for sure. But as I mentioned, you can watch on Big G TV. You can listen on Big G TV. That's what I meant to say. But we do have the scoreboard updated there, so as you listen, you can see the score. That's kind of handy. Well, here's the kickoff. It's going to be fielded inside the 20. 30, 40, and on that return was Giovanni Malone, who has 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown on the season. That time runs it to about the 43-yard line. Samford making the tackle there. I think it's a 42-yard line, so that's where Oakland will start in good field position for them as we get going here in this second half. So the third quarter is underway. We're a half away from somebody headed to the state championship game. On inside counter and nothing there for Tutt. They actually just blow the whistle. Nobody even went to the ground there. They're going to give him, looks like about 2 on forward progress.
You know, Brian, one of the other things big about this second half is both teams got to stay under control. And, you know, it's 21-0 here already. Both teams, no matter what happens in the second half, both teams stay under control. No more personal fouls. You can't have any of that kind of stuff.
It's only been 1 turnover, and that was Oakland, but it was at the end of the first half, and Cam Morton is going to be run down and dropped for a gigantic loss all the way back to about the 35-yard line. Samford with the sack. And Samford, by the way, that's sack number 6 on the year and tackle for loss number 10.
Here we go, Brian. Blackman's defense got it to 3rd and 12. Let's see if they can make a big stop, get off the field, and give their offense a chance right here.
2 to the near side. Millsap, one of those. Back to pass, a little swing pass to Tutt. 40, 45, 50. Tries the stiff arm, tries to keep the legs going for the first down, but he's going to be just short. He got 11 and needed 12. Boy, he was trying to get that extra yard.
Boy, there were about 4 Blaze that came over there and tried to keep him short, but Tutt was determined. He came up just short. No, they're going to give it.
Wow.
They're giving it to him. Wow. Interesting spot right there, Brian.
Sure was. It was kind of on this near sideline, and maybe he just got the ball in front of him there. I don't know.
I will say this. He was determined to get that first down. They had a better look than me and you did, but big first down, first bank first down for the Patriots.
They're at the 48 now of Blackman and keep the chain moving. Fake the handoff. It's a run by Cameron. And, boy, he still refuses to go down at the 40, and they finally pull him down, and now a flag. And Oakland coaches are snatching their players off to the sideline, too. Don't want it to escalate any further.
This is kind of what I was talking about earlier, Brian. You just got to stay under control. Keep your composure. Both sides.
Personal foul, face mask, Blackman. So it's going to add 15 yards on the backside of that. And Rod had it in the glasses, so no doubt about that one. So you are a half a whisker away from forcing Oakland on 4th down, and they get the first down, and now all of a sudden a 7-yard gain, and then add 15 to that.
And you had a 15-yarder to start on the kickoff. So
right.
So you've helped them out for a couple of first downs here, and you're asking your defense to do a lot. They've got to come up one more time, and they got to get off the field here if they want to stay in this football game.
Ball is at the 27 of Blackman. Oakland moving right to left. And they have big Michael Brown here to block near side. They're going to blow this play up really quick. And that was Van Zant, number 23 for the Blaze. And Cameron is going to be dropped for a loss of 5.
Boy, great job right there by Blackman. They've read these last couple of runs pretty well. They got to get off the field here. 2nd and 15. See if they can't finish this drive off and hold Oakland out.
8:43 to play in the third quarter. 21-0 Oakland. They are driving here, but facing a 2nd down and 15 now. 2 wides, far side. Reese Smith and Millsap. It is Morton back to pass, comes to Tut near side, 15, 10, 5, and tiptoes into the end zone for a 33-yard touchdown. Patriots, that is Tut's first touchdown reception of the year.
Brian, he's the cheat code. And when you're playing a video game, just find Tut. Morton, great job. That was a great play design right there. 33 yards for the Tut touchdown.
That's Craig's 3rd of the night, so he scored 3 of the 4. And that is a Toots touchdown. Don't forget all weekend long, the rib platter. You're tired of turkey, right? We'll have some pork ribs. They're awesome at Toots. 28-0 as the extra point is good. Oakland Patriots lead the Blackman Blaze. State Farm Prep Sports. Hey there, it's Brian, and as a customer.
In Rutherford County, we need a sheriff who leads from the front, not from behind the desk. That's Kenneth Barrett, out on calls, side by side with deputies, tackling the tough stuff every shift. He's the working man's leader, supervising with sharp eyes, serving with steady hands, keeping our families safe. Born here, raised here, he's ready to protect here.
I'm Kenneth Barrett, running for Rutherford County Sheriff, and I would appreciate your vote.
Paid for by Kenneth Barrett for Sheriff, Treasurer Jan Stewart.
Family Pharmacy.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, former running back at Oakland High School, and you're listening to Prep Football.
The Oakland kickoff to the Blackman Blaze. Taken from the 25, 30, 35, and I believe that's Stevenson, who is finally going to be taken down there. So Oakland scores on their opening drive, and a personal foul and a face mask penalty. That was a personal foul. So 30 yards of penalties by Blackman. You can't have that in a semifinal game.
No, you can't. You got to limit you can't really have any mistakes, any penalties, and then when you have multiple ones on the same drive against a team like Oakland, that's just a recipe for disaster.
Blackman's backs against the wall now, down 28-0 to their crosstown rival. Going to send 3 receivers here on the wide side. As the ball is from the left hash, they move left to right from our vantage point. Back to pass is Elliott. Now steps up in the pocket. Breaks it, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, down the sideline, 30, 20. Can they catch him from behind? Yes, they do. We're going to see where they spot the football, but it's a huge run by the Blackman Blaze, and they're knocking on the door. They're already in the John Day legal red zone, and there are no flags on the field. Elliott scrambling for 58 big yards.
What a job right there for Elliott. The Blaze needed a big play like that, and the man that's been doing it for him most of this playoff run, Elliott, does it for him, sets him up with the 1st and goal from the 5.
Woods made a touchdown saving tackle. Now Elliott has him here in the John Day legal red zone. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. And the give is to Daniel Smith. Carries it down to the 2, I think. We'll see where they spot it. Woods on the tackle. It is at the 2-yard line from the left hash. Second down and goal. Ball is at the 2 for the Blaze.
Blaze going in, bringing in some big unit right here to try to blast in there.
Probably going heavy here. And they are going with the power eye, and they've got some beef back there to help block. Elliott to Smith. Smith dives over, and
I think he's short.
Down to inside the 1.
It's a good job by the Oakland defensive line right there, Brian. They got the low man usually wins. Oakland won that. They got the lowest right there in that on that handoff.
So 3rd and goal from the 1 after 2nd and goal from the 2. Going to be a quarterback sneak here, I think. And I don't think they got in.
No, I don't either.
Going to be about the same spot as before on 4th down here, and you have to think down 28-0, they're going to go for it.
You have to right here. Have no choice. There they are. They are.
Rod just mentioned how the blockers are kind of blocking high and aren't able to get anything low and can't advance the football. So the ball is at the 1, so no gain on 3rd and goal from the 1. 4th and goal from the 1. Everybody in the stadium on their feet right now. Snap, they give it to Smith, and he is not in. The Oakland defense holds him. And Oakland will take over on downs at the 1-yard line. That's a statement.
You know, Brian, the Oakland defense has been special all season and steps up once again in the second half, not letting anybody get in the end zone. It's still 28-0 Oakland with 5:41 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, Oakland plays welcome to my house. And that is very apropos here. So Oakland takes over at their own 1-yard line. And a draw. Here's Tutt. Finds some room across the 10 to the 12. So Tutt gets him out of the shadow of their end zone here. Are they going to mark him down at the 10? Gain of 9, so they are going to mark him down at the 10.
Some interesting spots tonight.
Davis made the tackle there for Blackman. So 2nd and inches from the 10 for a first down here now. They're moving right to left, 90 yards away from pay dirt. They just stopped Blackman on a goal line stand, and now a whistle. This was as the play had just started, and it's a false start against Oakland. So that'll back them up. And they have had few penalties tonight.
You know, Brian, I know the last couple of weeks, Coach Creasy has really asked the fans to come out, and I'm looking down through here on both sides of Oakland here. They are everywhere tonight.
Yeah.
They have listened. They are here. They are out in force. Blackman's got a great crowd as well here tonight. But it's really good to see Rutherford County High School football here, semifinals.
I'll make a point after this 2nd down and 6. Boy, this play blown up by the Blaze defense pretty quick. Coach Matt Kreisky said in the pregame show, if the TSSAA wants to make money, they would have, semifinals set up like this. I know that there's going to be a vote or, find out from coaches around the state after the football season whether they like this. I'm pretty sure all of Rutherford County is going to say yes.
I would agree. And I would even go a step farther. I heard Coach Creasy talk about it too. I'd be fine with even if we could have 2 in the state championship
Well, it'd
game.
be all right too, yeah. 3:55 to play in the third quarter. Oakland facing a third down. And this is a pitch backwards and, almost, it's going to be down at about the 1. Ooh. That was scary.
I think he just got out of there to keep the ball out of the end zone.
Johnson and Lark were back there and almost got the safety for the Blaze, and it's fourth down. So Oakland is pretty much starting right where they got the football on their goal line stand.
You got to credit Blackman's defense,
Well, their defense is going to give them some pretty good field position here, too. And Oakland going to be forced to punt, and now we've got a flag on the formation. Well, if it's against Oakland, I'm not sure.
No, it's on Blackman.
Okay. Offsides against Blackman will give them some breathing room here so they won't have to punt from the very back of the end zone. Matthew Moore, the senior, got his boot in it the last time he kicked from the end zone, got it out to midfield. Can he do it again? It's going to be taken by Blackman at the 35, and down to the 30-yard line is Stevenson, I think, on the return.
I think Oakland would take the trade-off. From the one that got it out to the 30-yard line, going to make Blackman at least get 30 yards.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Blaze as they pipe through the Darth Vader music here at Oakland. It's another reason to have home field advantage.
Yes.
You get control of the music box.
The little things, Brian.
Yep. Here's Kemp on the carry, and he's snatched down. I saw Cullen Williams swipe his arm out there. And Tutt came along to help Williams. Only picked up 3 on that. So 2nd down and 7 for Blackman at the Oakland 27-yard line. It's 28-0 Oakland. You win this game, you play for a state championship. Going to the air, Elliott finding O'Dour, and he is
down at the 1.
At the 1. So it's 1st and goal once again for the Blaze.
Another first down for Blackman.
Gaynor kept him out of the end zone. But O'Dour with the long pass to him to the 1-yard line, and that's where the Blaze will have it. It's really inside the 1.
Let's see if they can punch this one in. They had 3 chances last time and didn't get in.
From the left hash, they'll have 4 shots at it this time. And Blackman is signaling that they have the touchdown, and the officials say touchdown Blaze.
Finally, they get into the end zone, Brian. I think that was Kemp.
Jabari Kemp with the touchdown, number 12 on the season, and that's exactly what the Blaze needed to try to get back in this game. And you can hear the Blackman fight song across the way as the Blaze find pay dirt for the first time in this one. Comes with 1:37 to play in the third quarter. After the Toots touchdown, here's the Burrow-Rabosin kick for point, and it is good. So your new score, 28-7. Blackman Blaze trail the Oakland Patriots here on State Farm Prep Sports.
WGNS Radio.
When the weather turns bad, minutes, even seconds matter.
This is an early heads up for southern Rutherford County.
Rutherford Weather brings you live radar and expert meteorologist insight, giving you the early heads up when storms threaten.
A lot of areas are going to see some impacts from this storm.
From analysis to live camera views, we keep you informed before, during, and after the storm.
I think the vast majority of the hail with this now is going to be quarter to perhaps golf ball size.
Rutherford Weather. Stay ahead of the storm.
Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Football.
Brought to you in part by Toots Good Food and Fun, Roscoe Brown Heating and Air, Dr. Automotive, Wilson Bank and Trust, and State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, 199 Eden Springs Road West in Smyrna. InsureMeBig.com, B-I-G-E, by the way. And Burrow Rabosin going to kick off here, and it is Little Pooch. And fair catch called for by Oakland's Dante Cameron. And Oakland will take over here after giving up the first touchdown on the season to the Blackman Blaze. It's 28-7 with 1:36 to play here in the third quarter. Ball down at the 25 for Oakland as they move right to left for the remainder of this quarter. They're going to send Valon Henderson out far side, another receiver near side for Dante Cameron, who's going to be snagged down at the 25. The ball came loose at the end of the play, but he was down. Going to give him just a yard there.
Well, Cameron and Morton have really done a good job. I know we've talked about this a lot, but they've done a real good job of running the Oakland offense for Coach Creasy.
Van Zant making the tackle for the Blaze. 24 tackles on the season, 3 for loss. Cam Morton, the give to Tutt. Tutt some hard yards inside. And the ball squirts free, and Blackman has the football. Are they going to say he was down? That is the question. No, Blackman football. And it was Jaden Lark who came up with that loose ball.
Well, the Blackman defense does it again, Brian. They've been called on many times in this playoff run, and they get another turnover, setting up the Blaze offense at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10, with 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
So the second turnover of the night for Oakland. Now, the first one was an interception as time ran out in the first half, but this gives Blackman the football at the Oakland 26-yard line. A score here would be huge. Elliott on the run. He's going to tuck it and run and slides down at the 20 in the John Day Legal red zone now. Short of the 20. They're going to say the slide at the 22 started. So that takes 2 yards off, so a 4-yard gain, and second down, 6 yards to go. So just outside of the red zone here. Don't know if they're going to get I think they may get one play off here before the end of the quarter. I believe that's Kemp. No, that's Nance on the left hip of Elliott. He goes to the air. Pass is going to be caught by Odor inside the 10. He's still not down. Finally wrapped up. And that wrap-up was by Oakland's 16, which was Earl, and that takes us to the fourth quarter. Blackman knocking on the door. They've got it in the red zone here when we come back on State Farm Prep Sports. 28-7 Oakland.
Renters. When you combine State Farm, auto, and renters insurance, you will save money. I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and I'd love to talk to you.
Hey, Rutherford County sports fans, from auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more, trust your local State Farm agents. Celeste Middleton, Ron Reeves, Emerson Williams, Alex Williams, Dana Womack, and Andy Womack. This powerful team lives here, works here, and are your neighbors. They're ready to help you manage everyday risk, recover from the unexpected, and realize your dreams. Contact Celeste, Ron, Emerson, Alex, Dana, or Andy for all of your insurance needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're listening to Prep Football.
Start of the fourth quarter. Oakland leads by 21. But Blackman has it, 1st and goal after the Oakland turnover. And the ball is at the 7-yard line. From the right hash, they're moving right to left now. Bunch set of 3 receivers here near side for Elliott. They bring pressure, lobs it into the end zone, incomplete flag. And this is most definitely going to be pass interference from where the flag was thrown and what happened there.
Pass interference.
So that will be half the distance. And that will set the ball down at the 3-yard line, of course, well in the John Day Legal Red Zone. The law offices of John Day provides free consultations and only get paid if you win. So 1st and goal from the 3. Oakland had 1 goal line stand. Then Blackman scored the 2nd time, and now here it is 1st and goal from the 3 for the Blaze. To Nance. Nance keeps the legs churning. Gonna get a yard or 2. Depends on the spot, looks like just a yard. 2nd and goal. We've got 11 minutes, 40 seconds, clock counting down here, and a trip to Chattanooga and the state championship on the line.
I know you want to get the right play call here, Brian, but the Blaze need to kind of hurry up a little bit. Time is ticking down 3 scores.
Trying to make it a 2-score game. Lark, one of the receivers, he's out far side. Nance on the left hip of Elliott from the 2. 2nd and goal. Nance again runs off tackle and into the end zone. Touchdown, Blaze. Nance, touchdown number 6 on the season. There are flags on the play. And if it's against Blackman, we'll have to start all over here again. And the call is personal foul, Blackman. Wow. Boy, that changes things completely.
So does that mean the points are off the board?
Personal foul, Blackman. The ball is at the 3. No, they're bringing the kick team on, so this was after. So the touchdown will stand.
So it'll be on the kickoff.
So they will assess that on the kickoff. The officials did not do a very good job of communicating that. We just saw it with the action of the players. They ran the kick team on. So it is a Toots touchdown for the Blackman Blaze here. And Burrow Rebozen for point to make it a 2-score lead. This is an important extra point. Snap, set, good. Kick away, and the kick is through the uprights. So it is 28-14, Oakland on top of Blackman. 11:06 to go. Stay with us on State Farm Prep Sports.
You know, everyone has a more. First, it's a pony. Then to be on the cheer squad. Your more grows up just like you do, but your more can still carry you away or make you cheer.
Get ready for an unforgettable night and support First Shot. Autumn at the Alley is coming to Oakland's Mansion Tuesday, September 24th from 6 to 9 p.m. Sip on fine bourbon, wine, and spirits, enjoy premium cigars, and feast on incredible food from the Alley on Main, all while enjoying live music under the stars. Proceeds benefit First Shot's Academic All-Stars and Send a Kid to Camp programs. Find out more on their Facebook page and through Eventbrite, Autumn at the Alley, September 24th.
Alex Williams, and this is State Farm Prep Football.
Our game brought to you by Sir Pizza. They sponsor our Game and Coaches Show podcast. You can find those at wgnssports.com or wherever you catch audio. Sir Pizza, East Main, South Church, and on Memorial Boulevard. Your score here is 21-14. Do you suspect maybe we'll see an onside kick here?
I still think there's enough time left. You can trust your defense. Your defense has played pretty well most of the night. I think you'll kick it deep here and trust them.
28-14. 2 unanswered scores here. And they do kick straight away. It's going to be returnable for Oakland and Kamani Bass. 15, he's at the 20, 25 to the 30. And wrapped up and out of bounds. And Oakland fans watching every single tackle right now, trying to help the officials.
Blackman's very lucky they didn't get a late hit out of bounds right there. He did give him a shove in about the blue area over here on the sideline, so he's lucky he didn't get one there.
Have not heard anything out of Ravenwood and Southwind, have we?
Yes, Southwind just scored in the third quarter. PAT failed. It is 21-19 Ravenwood.
Wow.
3:06 left in the third. They are behind us.
21-19. That's 2 missed extras. Here is Oakland and Cameron trying the run, and he is going to be slammed down for a loss. Or maybe they give him the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him a yard forward progress. Thornton making the tackle.
Cameron's down.
Cameron is down right at the 32-yard line. And this may take a second. So let's see. I know that it was, 21-13?
It was.
And so they've missed 2 PATs.
They have. They've gone, they've missed 2 point afters.
Man, that's interesting. So the winner of that game will face the winner of this game next week in Chattanooga for the 6A state title.
And, Brian, if listeners haven't been to the state championship, they do a great job in Chattanooga with it. Whichever team represents the county next week.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something to do next weekend, make the trip to Chattanooga and support one of these teams.
It will be worth your time. Boy, Cameron is walking off on his own, but he's slumped over and maybe just got the wind knocked out of him. Keep an eye on him here on the sideline. So Cam Morton.
It's a good problem to have when you can give it to Cam Morton when Dante Cameron comes off.
He works under center, sends Millsap in motion. They're going to pass to Millsap left side and incomplete. And Lark almost had himself another pick. So that would have been for a short gain. Brings up a 3rd and 9. Boy, if you're an Oakland fan, you could sure use a first down right about now.
It's a big play in the game for both teams. We're still over 10 minutes to go in this game, and it's only 28-14 Oakland. Patriots need to get this first down. If you're Blackman, this is your chance to get off the field.
Millsap and Henderson are among the 3 receivers far side. Here's Morton. Looks, passes to Kamani Bass. Bass 40, 45 and a first down. Right at the 45-yard line. Squirts free for a 10-yard pickup, and it is a First Bank first down. Patriots.
Just a great job right there from Bass, and Morton was on time with that pass, and Bass did most of the work and got 10 or 11 yards right there for the First Bank first down
Thornton
for the Patriots.
On the tackle for Blackman. So 1st and 10. That's Oakland's first down in a minute.
And it's starting to eat a little bit of clock. That's the bigger thing right even here. They can run a little bit of clock now.
Oakland leads 28-14. They led 21-0 at the half, then 28-0. But since then, Blackman has scored 2. Here's Tutt. Some hard-earned yards to the 49, picks up 4. That brings up a 2nd down. Harrison Harris and Bowles on the takedown for the Blackman defense. They have really, especially after the fourth Oakland score, they've been pretty much locked down.
Well, they've kind of decided, Brian, they're just going to leave it all out there. They got nothing to lose. They're going to leave it out on the field, and they've really performed since that point.
An Oakland turnover led to a score as well. Morton swings it out to Tutt in the flat. Midfield 50 into Blackman territory now at the 46-yard line. Picked up 5, needed 6, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and short. And Ambrose making the tackle for Blackman. Cam Morton is the guy right now as Dante Cameron went down just a few minutes ago. He's in the tent getting some attention, so can't really see what's happening with him on the sidelines.
Freshman's not playing like a freshman right now.
No, certainly not. 3rd down and a very long one. Bit of a wishbone look, and Tutt in the Wildcat gets the 1st down. He's at the 40, carries it across the 40 to the 38-yard line. Helmets come off, flying around out there. James Stewart lost his hat, but it's enough for a First Bank 1st down Oakland. Cheering on our student athletes with every new set of downs. That's First Bank. Davis on the tackle, and there is a timeout on the field. So we'll step aside here, and is it a timeout or is it just an injury?
It's an injury, and he's up. Lineman right here at midfield.
Yeah, I knew that he was down. I didn't know if they called a timeout or not. I don't see one off the scoreboard, so we'll keep it right here just to make sure. And for Oakland, I believe that's Preston Rose, 55 it is.
Now, Brian, how many times have we had a team in the semifinals in the past 31 years? Is it 30 or 31, something like that?
This is 31 out of the last 32 years, wow, and 28 in a row.
Wow.
Since 1997. The 96 Riverdale team got beat in double overtime in the quarterfinals to Jefferson County.
Remember that game.
Want a little trivia. So Oakland's got a 1st and 10 here now after the injury timeout. 7:54 to go in this ball game. You would have to think that Oakland, their best defense, is keeping the offense out there right now.
I would agree, and they've got what they want. That clock is moving. They're taking their time, getting to the line of scrimmage.
They're going to snap the ball with 4 seconds to Tutt. Tutt bouncing it outside, can't turn it upfield. Well, a lot of hats there. I saw Evan Harris there for sure. And Thornton wrapped him up, finished it off.
Got about a yard or so on the play, but that clock's still moving. We're about to go under 7 minutes to go here in the 4th.
Oakland leads 28-14. 21-0 at half, then 28-0. And then Blackman has scored 2 to really change the trajectory of this game a bit. Tutt back in at Wildcat. They shift.
Somebody went across. I don't know who.
Now Oakland is pointing to Blackman, and they got Blackman earlier on this.
It's Blackman.
And it's going to be offsides against the Blaze.
That old sneaky Coach Creasy, Brian.
So that picks up 5 yards and makes it a much more manageable now. 2nd down and 4.
Yep.
Puts the ball down to the 32. I think Rod ran that play in 1937. The old single wing shift, yeah.
You don't see that too much these days.
Yeah,
yes,
MTCS does do that a lot, yep, for sure. Ball at the 32. And Oakland taking every second of the clock they can. They break the huddle with 10 seconds. Tutt still in the Wildcat. Fakes the handoff, going to run, keeps the legs churning, tries to get, well, he does get across the 30 to the 29, and it's going to be very close. He either got the first down by a whisker or is short by a whisker, and it's short by a whisker.
And honestly, if you ask Oakland, they would probably be fine with it being short by a whisker.
Well, that lets them take another 45 seconds off the clock, I'd say. Daniel and Johnson on the Blackman tackle. Blackman's offense chomping at the bit to get back out there. Big senior Keyston Stewart over the football for Oakland. Tutt trying to get a yard, gets that yard. Stumbled down at the 24-yard line. And another first bank first down. Blackman's Tristan Thornton a little slow to get up, but he made the tackle.
You know, Brian, it's very secure feeling when Cameron goes out and you just start wildcatting it to Tutt.
Yeah.
You know, that's a pretty solid, you feel pretty good if you're Oakland.
They have stayed in this Wildcat package here for a minute, and it's getting them yards, so they're going to stay in it. Two halfbacks blocking. This time Millsap. Millsap across the 20. Millsap keeping the legs going to the 15-yard line. Mr. Will Millsap for 9 huge yards.
Big yardage right there from Will. Good job keeping the legs turning right there and setting up 2nd and 1 for the Patriots.
They're in the John Day Legal Red Zone for serious injuries and wrongful deaths. Clients trust the award-winning team at the law offices of John Day. Davis and Daniel teaming up on the tackle. Brian Barrett, Bill Hockenberry, Rod Edwards here on WGNS Murfreesboro, Smyrna, and Big G TV. Clock at 4:07. Oakland ball, 2nd and 2 from the 16, and they're up by 2 touchdowns. Tutt, snap to him, dives forward for a few, gets it to the 13 for a 2-yard pickup and moves the chain. Another first bank first down. Well, Oakland right now, it's 3 yards in a cloud of dust. And that's exactly what they need.
That's exactly what they want. They keep moving those chains, and that clock just keeps getting closer and closer to 0.
Kind of a helpless feeling if you're Blackman, just wanting the football back.
You know,
but even now, down 2 scores, if they go down a 3rd score, it's probably going to be impossible. But
yeah. You got to take a chance, though, if you're Blackman's defense.
Here's Millsap waiting on a hole to open up. Millsap refuses to go down and is down at the 6-yard line. He was wrapped up at the 10 and still carried another 4 yards for an 8-yard gain.
Boy, what a job right there by the Oakland line. Millsap kept turning his feet and his legs, and the line just pushed him inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Davis on the tackle.
You know, one thing you can say, Brian, you know, no matter what happens, the Blackman Blaze, they didn't quit fighting tonight. They really didn't. They came to play this whole 4-quarter game and just got behind a little bit.
Tutt run down to the 6. Stewart on the tackle.
About to go under 2 minutes to go here in the 4th.
Minute 55. And the clock just melting away. 7 seconds on the play clock. They snap it with 2. And Tutt dances into the end zone right up the middle. Toots touchdown, Craig Tutt, this time from 6 yards away. And seals the victory here likely for the Oakland Patriots.
No doubt about it. who they wanted to have the football. Craig Tutt caps it off, the 6-yard touchdown run for the Patriots.
A Toots touchdown for Oakland and Craig Tutt with 1:39 left in this ball game. And here is Hernandez for point after. It's good. 1:39 to go. Oakland leads it 35-14 over the Blackman Blaze here on State Farm Prep Sports.
Whether it's a cough, a fever, or something.
In Rutherford County, we need a sheriff who leads from the front, not from behind the desk. That's Kenneth Barrett, out on calls, side by side with deputies, tackling the tough stuff every shift. He's the working man's leader, supervising with sharp eyes, serving with steady hands, keeping our families safe. Born here, raised here, he's ready to protect here.
I'm Kenneth Barrett, running for Rutherford County Sheriff, and I'd appreciate your vote.
Paid for by Kenneth Barrett for Sheriff. Treasurer Jam Stewart.
Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Jose Hernandez to kick off to the Blackman Blaze. Only 1:39 to play. Short high kick going to be fielded by Odor right around the 30. Wrapped up pretty quick at the 37-yard line. And 1:34 to go. And it's a 3-score Oakland lead. Blackman has not touched the football in a long time. That was a ground clock-eating drive by Oakland, capped off by the touchdown. And they're playing Turn Out the Lights, party's over.
That drive was over 10 minutes.
Wow. I knew it took forever. Because Blackman's score came to start the fourth quarter, their second score. Elliott back to pass, has some time, going to throw it out of bounds. I think David Watson made an effort at that, but it was pretty weak.
We're going to have to get our hands up quicker next time.
Yeah. David may have to run a few laps around the track after that.
Maryville would have him running.
Well, that's what I hear. They make him run for everything. Oakland has dropped back just about everybody here. So it looks like Oakland will face Ravenwood or Southwind. We'll try to work on an update on that one for you here in just a second. Second down for the Blaze. 3 wide, far side, ball from the left hash. Back is Elliott. Looks, has some time. Now hit as he throws it downfield. Jump ball, and no one comes up with it. There were 3 Oakland defenders back there, intended for Odor at the 20. No flags anywhere. Stops the clock with 1:18. It's 28-19 Ravenwood with 54 seconds in the third.
Ours.
Yeah.
A little bit behind ours.
Well behind. I don't know if we're going to know a final score on that one.
Yeah.
Before we finish here tonight. So third down and 10. Obviously 4-down situation here if it comes to that. Elliott steps up in the pocket on the run, 45, 50, and slides down after picking up the first down. In Oakland territory at the 49 with 1:08. Clock stops as they move the chain across the way. First Bank first down Blaze.
There's 1 minute left in the contest.
2 wide. Odor and Mitchell. Far side. 2 more near side here. And they zip it downfield, incomplete. Nobody was even turned around looking at it. And in fact, it was Oakland's Amarian Woods who, if he had had another half second, probably would have snagged that ball. 2nd and 10 now.
Boy, you got to tip your hat to both teams tonight, Brian. But, Oakland's defense has been elite this year and set the tone for this game tonight, and he got Blackman in a big hole. And just a great game, great season. But the Oakland defense is elite, and I think that's what the difference has been tonight.
Pass to the far side. It's picked off. Going the other way with a pick 6 to seal this one in fine fashion. And
we cut the lights out. We couldn't see who it was. We don't really know who it was.
I think it was Gaynor or Dante Short. It was 15 or 11. So I really don't know 100%, but I thought I saw Gaynor with it going down the sideline. It was Gaynor. So Kyrie Gaynor with the pick and takes it in. Gaynor, by the way, his 2nd interception of the season. And the extra point is up and good. 33.9, and Oakland leads 42-14 on State Farm Prep Sports.
This is a paid legal ad.
I'm attorney John Day.
When the weather turns bad, minutes, even seconds matter.
This is an early heads up for southern Rutherford County.
Rutherford Weather brings you live radar and expert meteorologist insight, giving you the early heads up when storms threaten.
A lot of areas are going to see some impacts from this storm.
From analysis to live camera views, we keep you informed before, during, and after the storm.
I think the vast majority of the hail with this now is going to be quarter to perhaps golf ball size.
Rutherford Weather. Stay ahead of the storm.
The interception and touchdown by Kyrie Gaynor. Gaynor, who's battled some injuries this year, has certainly come back to give Oakland a shot in the arm on the defensive side. And the short kickoff here to the Blaze, going to be taken by Odor at the 25. Going to take it far side. Turns it up at the numbers now. 40, 45, and out of bounds somewhere around the 45-yard line with 25 seconds. So penalty markers out there too. The Oakland Patriots headed back to the state championship game and continuing their dynasty, if you will. They have become the Maryville of the 2010s and 2020s. It's a block in the back against Blackman, so this is going to come back.
And what number was Coach Creasy going for right here, Brian?
Well, here at Oakland, this would be going for number 6 in the Creasy era. They played for the state titles, 6? They played, 6 in the last 7 years. And they've won 5. Here's a run to the 35, 36, and that's going to run out the clock. And we're going to go final here. The Oakland Patriots headed back to Chattanooga for the 6th time in 7 years and looking for state title number 6. The final score, 42-14. Blackman Blaze have nothing to hang their hats about tonight, for sure. This was, well, it really kind of got away from them early. They made a game of it, down by only 2 scores, 28-14, but Oakland does what Oakland does. Ran out much of the clock and did not give the Blackman offense much opportunity after that. And that's final here tonight, 42-14. So Oakland is in the 6A state championship game versus either Ravenwood or Southwind. We don't know that opponent. I'm not sure we're going to know that opponent, but Ravenwood is up 28-19. And we may get some news on that here as we go into the post-game show. But it's final here from Ray Hughes Stadium in Oakland High School, 42-14 Patriots winners. Stay with us. Your Prentice Allsup Heating and Air post-game show is coming up next right here on State Farm Prep Sports.
Your home, your auto, together, they're where life.
In Rutherford County, we need a sheriff who leads from the front, not from behind the desk. That's Kenneth Barrett, out on calls, side by side with deputies, tackling the tough stuff every shift. He's the working man's leader, supervising with sharp eyes, serving with steady hands, keeping our families safe. Born here, raised here, he's ready to protect here.
I'm Kenneth Barrett, running for Rutherford County Sheriff, and I'd appreciate your vote.
Paid for by Kenneth Barrett for Sheriff. Treasurer, Jam Stewart.
This is Primetime Sports, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna, 1019, 100.5, AM 1450, wgnssports.com, Big GTV streaming video, and always at the game. The game. It's time for the Primetime Sports Countdown to the Game, sponsored by the law offices of John Day, working hard to help injured people in Rutherford County and Middle Tennessee. Since moving to Medical Center Parkway, they've helped thousands get legal help that they've needed when they've needed it the most. If you've been injured, go to johndaylegal.com for a free consultation. And remember, there are no fees unless they win your case. Now, let's join the Primetime Sports team for tonight's featured game from WGNS and Big G TV.
Welcome back. Your final score tonight. Oakland Patriots winners 42-14, a much closer game than that score would indicate. And here we go with your Sir Pizza replays here tonight. Oakland Patriots would take a 21-0 lead into the halftime locker room. Craig Tutt with a couple of touchdowns, the first one coming at 8:25 left in the first.
Replays.
Pitch back to Tutt, his first touch, and he is gone, friends. Craig Tutt, first play for him in the game, takes it 35 yards. And Oakland gets the first score in this battle of Rutherford County Titans in the semifinals.
Tell me if you heard this before, Brian. Out of a timeout, Coach Creasy has a great call. 35 yards to Craig Tutt for an Oakland touchdown.
The first of 4 touchdowns on the night for Tutt. 3 running, 1 receiving, his first of the year. Kamani Bass would answer just a couple of minutes later with 5:38 left in the first. A nice 36-yard rumble.
Replays.
And coming is Bass near side. 30, 25, 20 down the sideline. 15, 10, 5. End zone. Touchdown. Patriots. Kamani Bass. His 3rd TD of the season.
Boy, what a great job right there by the offensive line for Oakland, setting up a huge hole for Bass. And once he got in the open field, he had to beat one guy, and he ran right past him into the end zone. 13-0 Patriots.
Extra point was good. It made it 14-0. Then Tutt on a back-breaking run with 6:42 left in the second. I can still see the dust flying off of his cleats.
Replays.
Here's Tutt, first down, 35-40, 45-50, 45-40, 35-30, foot race, 20, breaks a tackle, 10-5, end zone. Touchdown, Oakland, touchdown, Craig Tutt. And it is a run of 73 yards. Boy, what speed.
I mean, it's explosive. When he gets in that open field, you're not catching him. The kid almost did, and then he put on the extra gear and got into that end zone.
That gave Oakland a 21-0 lead at halftime, and they come out in the third quarter. Opening drive, 8:30, make that 8:21 to play in the third. Craig Tutt, this time on a pass.
Replays.
It is Morton, back to pass, comes to Tutt near side, 15, 10, 5, and tiptoes into the end zone for a 33-yard touchdown. Patriots, that is Tutt's first touchdown reception of the year.
Brian, he's the cheat code, and when you're playing a video game, just find Tutt. Morton, great job. That was a great play design right there. 33 yards for the Tutt touchdown.
And that was a big score because here comes Blackman. With 1:37 to play in the third quarter, Kemp on a big run.
Replays.
And Blackman is signaling that they have the touchdown, and the officials say touchdown Blaze.
Finally, they get into the end zone, Brian. I think that was Kemp.
Jabari Kemp with the touchdown, number 12 on the season. And that's exactly what the Blaze needed to try to get back in this game. Not only did that get them back in the game, because, like 2 minutes later, start of the fourth quarter, 11:06, Nance finds the end zone.
Replays.
From the 2. 2nd and goal. Nance again runs off tackle and into the end zone. Touchdown, Blaze. Nance, touchdown number 6 on the season. And they took advantage of an Oakland turnover there, turn it into points, and it's a 2-score lead. But Oakland, on the next series, driving downfield, then Dante Cameron goes out. So Cam Morton plays a few snaps, and then they go to the Wildcat, and they just dink and dunk down the field. No passes, dink and dunk like run 2 yards, 3 yards, here's a 4-yard and a first down, and they end it. They kept the ball for almost 10 minutes or so, roughly, and with 1:39 to play, Craig Tutt finds the end zone for the last time tonight.
Replays.
From the 2. 2nd and goal. Nance again runs off tackle and into the end. And Tutt dances into the end zone right up the middle. Toots touchdown, Craig Tutt, this time from 6 yards away. And seals the victory here, likely for the Oakland Patriots.
No doubt about it. Who they wanted to have the football, Craig Tutt, caps it off, the 6-yard touchdown run for the Patriots.
His final touchdown of the night, that was 4 on the evening for the Mr. Football finalist. And Kyrie Gaynor kind of sealed this victory with an interception return for the touchdown on the pick 6. And the final score is Oakland 42, Blackman 14. Those are your Sir Pizza replays.
Sir Pizza. That's your Sir Pizza replays. Be sure to check out the Sir Pizza podcast later and download and listen back to the game at wgnssports.com. And for your next family night, don't forget Sir Pizza. From the traditional pepperoni to the signature royal feast, Queen's Feast, or King's Feast, Sir Pizza is ready to feed your hungry family. Sir Pizza on East Main, on South Church Street, and Memorial Boulevard. Plus, you can order your favorite pizza online at sirpizzatn.com and on their app. Download to start earning rewards points.
Sir Pizza, you made me love pizza again.
42-14, Oakland in the state championship game once again. We're going to continue our conversation here on the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air postgame show. Our coverage brought to you by Animal City, Music World and Drummer's Den, America's home place, along with Mills Family Pharmacy. A timeout. We'll come back. We'll get stats on this game and wrap things up here from Oakland High School. Hopefully have a little more news on who Oakland will play in the championship game. That's all straight ahead as we continue on State Farm Prep Sports.
Back in 1985, when Toots first opened, there were very few restaurants in this town. We've seen hundreds of them come and go, and yet we are still so blessed to be in business and be doing business here in Rutherford County.
This is Nick Hayes with Toots Restaurants. After 40 years, we still got them. $6.99 daily lunch specials. Stop by Toots.com and check them out.
Thank you for dining with us since 1985.
Thank you, Rutherford County.
Thank you for dining with us for 40 years.
Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home has served Murfreesboro families with compassion and care since 1880. As a family-owned funeral home, we're committed to honoring every life with dignity through traditional services, cremation options, and pre-planning that gives you peace of mind. For over 140 years, we've been here when it matters most. Visit JenningsandAyers.com. Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home, honoring life and comforting families since 1880.
In Rutherford County, we need a sheriff who leads from the front, not from behind the desk. That's Kenneth Barrett, out on calls, side by side with deputies, tackling the tough stuff every shift. He's the working man's leader, supervising with sharp eyes, serving with steady hands, keeping our families safe. Born here, raised here, he's ready to protect here.
I'm Kenneth Barrett, running for Rutherford County Sheriff, and I'd appreciate your vote.
Paid for by Kenneth Barrett for Sheriff. Treasurer, Jan Stewart.
Womack, and you're listening to Prep Football.
All right, back here on the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air postgame show, and 42-14 the final score. The Oakland Patriots will play either Ravenwood or Southwind, and with 6:27 to play in the fourth quarter, Ravenwood 28, Southwind 25. Ooh. They've it would be probably tied up if they'd hit their PATs.
0 for 3 or 1 for 4 on their PATs.
1 for 4 on PATs. Wow. So we still don't know. We may get another score here before we're done, but we'll see. Thoughts on the night from Rod Edwards? Saw some life from Blackman, but I almost think it was too little too late at that point.
We talked about they need to be more aggressive on defense, which they were. But the trouble was they had a personal foul to start off the kickoff, and then they had a face mask when the group was around, and I had the glasses on. It was almost looked like it was intentional. It was stupid, and those 30 yards, if they could have held them that first series, they ended up scoring the touchdown, and because they came back and then they got 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Well, what a difference. Now we're talking
instead
about.
Instead of 28-24, it could have been 21 or 21-14 instead of 28-14.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that'd been a whole different ball game then.
Yeah.
Those kind of things, they're getting better, but they haven't got there yet.
Close.
Yes. Close.
Maybe as close as they've been and right there, and Blackman's had a fine season. There's nothing to shake your head at when you end the year with 2 losses and both to maybe the state champion, or at least the state runner-up.
Right. Right. Well, we were talking about, in the Final Four definitely were the best 4.
Yeah. Because
we had undefeated Southwind, undefeated Ravenwood, undefeated Oakland, and Blackman had 1 loss, but that was still Oakland. Somebody had to lose that game.
And they beat undefeated Maryville.
Right.
Yeah.
And undefeated Dobbins-Bennett.
Right. Maryville had 1 loss, though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They lost to Alcoa first game of the season.
Yeah. But regardless, they were rightfully here.
Right. Last week's game was outstanding. And part of it, too, is when you really win a game that you've really been striving for, sometimes it's harder to come back the next game, one after the other. Where
we've seen it happen to Oakland in years past. They get to the Maryville game, and it's taken everything that they could just to get there to play back through the region,
Right. And then Oakland, I think their close call last week, just by the skin of their teeth, pulled it out late, and that probably woke them up. It's just sometimes that's the way the game is. Even adults. Even major league level, you can see that type of thing. But outstanding season, both teams. We had great representation. Nice to see it set up where because we've always felt that we had teams that could be late into the playoffs that are knocking each other off, and we got to see what we thought was true.
Yeah. And I think it would have happened many times in the past. Happened this year in the first year. So, I think that kind of proves that point. Any defensive stats you'd like to highlight here as we jump into that from Fans Heating and Air, JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates, and also Winners Trophies?
Well, Jaden Lark continued his outstanding play. He had an interception and a fumble recovery, along with 4 tackles. Seems like he could always stepping up and make a big play from the defensive end, which sometimes is hard to do. Your situation's got to be there, but you also have to search for it. Tramel Johnson and Tristan Thornton each had 6 tackles. Emery Harris had 6 tackles. Isaiah Bowles had 5. These are names we keep hearing all the time. Darian Davis had one of the best games I've seen him play. He had 7 tackles. And then Mari Stanford had 3 tackles and a sack. For Oakland, they didn't have as many tackles, but look how many tackles were made by Blackman on that long drive.
Yeah.
We had how many offensive plays. So that doesn't tell the whole story when you go by tackles. But Colin Williams, as usual, led the team in tackles with 6. Akil Brown and Kamari Sanders had 4, along with Kyrie Gaynor, who also had an interception. And then Marquise Earl had 2 tackles and a sack.
And that interception was Blackman's only turnover of the night, and it was a pick six. So that's defensive stats. What do you have, Bill, on the offensive side?
All right, Brian. Just an outstanding night. 2 Rutherford County teams in the state semifinals. Just a great night of Rutherford County football. But the final score tonight: Oakland 42, Blackman 14. Oakland advances to the state championship game. Tonight for Oakland on offense, Oakland had 248 yards rushing as a team, 86 yards passing, and for a total of 333 yards of total offense, and they had 12 first-bank first downs. Individually tonight for the Patriots, Cam Morton had 1 carry for 4 yards. Dante Cameron had 10 carries, 46 yards. Craig Tutt ended up with 20 carries tonight and ended up with 3 rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown. Went Wildcat a lot with him late and kind of put the game on ice at the end. Kamani Bass thought he had a really nice game tonight for the Patriots. 4 carries, 39 yards, and a touchdown. Will Millsap also had a nice game tonight for the Patriots. 5 carries for 15 yards. Through the air, Cam Morton tonight was 6 of 8 through the air tonight, 86 yards, had a touchdown and an interception. Receiving tonight for the Patriots, Kamani Bass had 2 catches for 15 yards. Craig Tutt had 4 catches for 65 yards and a touchdown. And Giovanni Malone had a catch for 17 yards. For the Blackman Blaze, unfortunately the Blaze fall to 12-2. Great season. Wish we could have both teams in the championship game. Just fell a little bit short tonight. For Blackman tonight total offense, they had 116 yards rushing, 88 yards passing for a total of 204 yards of total offense. They ended up tonight with 8 first-bank first downs. Individually for Blackman, they had Javion Elliott had 5 carries for 68 yards. Micah Nance had 5 carries, 11 yards, and a touchdown. Jabari Kemp ran hard tonight, 8 carries, 26 yards, and a touchdown. Daniel Smith, 7 carries, 11 yards. And then Javion Elliott threw for 88 yards through the air. He did have 1 interception. And then Brylan Odor, 5 catches for 88 yards. The Blackman Blaze fall to 12-2 on the season. And the Oakland Patriots, 14-0, advance to the state championship game next week in Chattanooga versus either Ravenwood or Southwind out of Memphis.
Yeah, about 2.5 minutes left in that game, and it's Ravenwood by 3. So we'll see what happens there. We'll come back after this final timeout and have some final thoughts here before we wrap up our final game here in Rutherford County and talk about the trip to Chattanooga. That's next as we continue the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air postgame show.
When it comes to building your dream home in Rutherford County, America's Home Place has the winning game plan. Step into the Mount Juliet showroom and call your own plays. Pick the house plan, flooring, cabinets, countertops, and more, all under one roof. Build it your way on your land with a builder you can trust. Visit 4157 North Mount Juliet Road or call 615-784-0030. America's Home Place, helping Rutherford County families score big with custom homes.
Genesee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating local athletes here in Rutherford County. Here's Dr. Russell McKissick with TOA.
We have a passion here for taking care of our athletes here in Rutherford County. We really do our best to take care of them.
Experts in joint, bones, and muscles.
Many years we've been taking care of athletes around here, and we've just picked up where Dr. John started, and we just keep going.
TOA has a playbook that gets you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. TOA, live your best life.
This is Craig Buckner with Mills Family Pharmacy.
Mills Family Pharmacy on South Church at Veterans Parkway.
You or your loved one are on a complex medication regimen. We can pack that into a multi-dose planner that's labeled correctly, that simplifies your life.
Mills Family Pharmacy, dedicated to providing customers with services that are customized to meet their needs.
Your medications dispensed in a 30-day multi-dose planner, labeled correctly with each individual medication on each packet.
Mills Family Pharmacy, next to Toots on South Church at Veterans Parkway.
I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You're listening to Prep Football.
We're back here to wrap up. Some final thoughts here on the night. About a minute and a half left, and Ravenwood needed a first down here. Did they get the first down, or is it final?
It is final.
All right, they convert the first down, and it's final 28-25. So it'll be the Ravenwood Raptors and the Oakland Patriots in the state championship game next Saturday, 6 o'clock Murfreesboro time. That'll be 7 o'clock Eastern time kickoff. And Rod, you and I and John have been there. John's going to return next week. Bill's got some basketball duties, but we've made that trip to Chattanooga, I think, every year that it's been there.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, that it's been in Chattanooga. So it's kind of a home away from home. That's good for Oakland. These kids have been there, you know.
6 years.
Yeah.
This will be 6 years in a row, but I mean, you can't beat that. Nobody else can come close to that in the state, whatever level you're in.
Right.
Except for Alcoa.
Well, that's true. They're going back, and then another.
And they've got 11. This will be 12.
I think so, and they had to move up. They moved up a division and played the team that has kind of had a stranglehold up Greenville tonight.
Right.
And it wasn't really close.
And it was supposed to be real close. In fact, Anderson County had beat them the last game of the season by 1, and Greenville just squeaked by Anderson County last week. So you thought, well, this is going to be a really good one. But I was surprised it was that big.
Yep. So they're one of those teams that will be there. Page wound up beating Centennial tonight.
So that's like 5 years in a row for them.
Yep. We got
Ravenwood. Got second 4 years in a row. So they got to try to break that.
Let's see. Pearl Cone headed back. Looks like that game's the only one that's not final just yet. Marion County in 2A, South Pittsburgh in Single A. Sevier County in 5A. They're going to play Page. Looks like
repeat of last year.
Yeah. Gatlinburg Pittman and 3A. So we're going to see a little different look in 3A. Gatlinburg Pittman and Martin Westview out of West Tennessee. So somebody's going to win the 3A title that's not Alcoa because they're 4A.
And those two are both undefeated.
Yeah.
And if you know about Westview, that's the quarterback's a sophomore, phenom, they're saying, and he's already got offers from Alabama and all over. Of course, his brother starts for Alabama.
Yeah.
And his dad is UT Martin head coach.
Yeah. So going to be interesting. So, but headed back there this next Saturday, so it'll be the final game. Looking forward to it. Oakland and Ravenwood. This is what people thought in August was going to be the game, and here we are.
Here we are. I told you that at the beginning of the year.
Well, yeah, you did.
And you probably told me that too.
Kind of felt that way. And as we look back at the season, Bill, Oakland has been Oakland, and everybody's been chasing Oakland. I think last year Riverdale gave them all they wanted in a chase. This year it was Blackman that gave them all they wanted in a chase. But really a fine year for Rutherford County High School football, and again another state championship appearance.
Yeah, it's just outstanding. You know, Oakland going back 6 times in a row, and Oakland got their scare last week with Green Hill, and they almost saw their season end, and they didn't want it to happen. And Dante Cameron has a big run to finish that game off, and tonight you could tell. I think tonight, the biggest thing about tonight, Brian, was Oakland's been here and done this 6 times in a row, and this was Blackman's first time, and we were at Blackman last week, and it was such a great win for them. And the way I would describe it is Blackman has now become an elite football program. When you knock out Maryville in the playoffs, you stepped up. Now you're an elite program. Now they've got to get over the Oakland hump, and that's kind of it's a mental thing. Whether they're going to say it or not, it kind of is. Mm-hmm. They finally got on the board tonight. They fought. I'm really impressed with how they fought to the very end tonight. They got it to 28-14 late, and Oakland just put them away. And Oakland is the king right now, and I'm really looking forward to the rematch with Ravenwood. I believe that was the last time they played was here. Ravenwood went for 2, I believe, and came out with the win. So I'm sure that a lot of these Oakland kids remember that and want that chance.
Too, though, Blackman can say they won't have Craig Tutt next year.
Yeah.
I mean, Riverdale can say they won't have Black Tutt. I mean, last 2 years he's been the big key in our teams in that final game for our local teams playing each other. It was Tutt.
Last week he became the leading rusher on the team. It took him all because he's played both sides of the football.
has not played as much on the offensive side. Coach Creasy kind of worked him in more and more and more. Playoffs, you had to have him, fresh legs, but anyway, they're going to ride that bus into the state title game next Saturday night. It will be our 18th football game of the season. Can you believe that?
Wow.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always a long football
My wife
season.
thinks it is.
I
Anyway.
bet. Well, she'll have you pretty quick here, but appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next Saturday, Rod. And Bill, appreciate you filling in for John for several weeks here, and I know we're going to see you in basketball season.
Absolutely, and I just want to say, Brian, I appreciate y'all having me on and being able to help out, and I hope I'm glad to get John back next week, and I can understand now why this team is an award-winning team. I stepped in and tried to do the best I could, and I enjoy it. I love covering all the county teams and really seeing the positive things these athletes and every school that we got to go and cover, and really looking forward to Oakland getting it done in Chattanooga next week.
Well, that's the hope, and we'll be there to chronicle that. 6 o'clock will be the kickoff, so 5:30 airtime here in Murfreesboro. If you're going, you can still listen on the stream and catch our coverage, so we'll be there down in Choo Choo City. Well, that's going to do it here tonight. Want to thank Jackson Smith back at the station. For Rod Edwards, for Bill Hockenberry, I'm Brian Barrett saying so long, happy long Thanksgiving, and don't spend all your money in one place tomorrow. And we'll see you next Saturday. So long until the next time we meet at the game.
Thanks for joining us for tonight's high school sports action on WGNS and Big G TV. Visit wgnssports.com later to download, watch, or listen to the full podcast of the game. And be sure to check the site for details for the next State Farm Prep Sports broadcast. The station manager of WGNS is Brian Barrett, primetime sports director John Dinkins, and the executive producer of Big G TV, Dalton Barrett. A big thank you to all the sponsors who made tonight's broadcast possible. This has been a primetime sports presentation on the Good Neighbor